ready? Hit that like button and describe and subscribe to the channel. Shout out to the people in the chat room early. Shout out to the real. Kim Hunter, press one. Stop it, Kim. Stop it, Kim. No, you got to sit in the back. You got to sit in the bungalows over there in row 54. Press one. You can't do it this year. We already set sail. You don't turn any no homework, Kim Hunter. Press one. Kim, don't come over asking the dumbest questions that you can conjure up. When I'm talking about Indians, you didn't have not one dumb question. When I was talking about the statue of the black, this one in California, you didn't have nothing to say. You were just right there, right there. Hit that like button and subscribe. Ooh, I hate that. I hate these little chat room people for clout. And they just go to every chat room and they just got these ideologies that I don't agree with. I used to think certain things like, damn, are we Indians or what the fuck are we? But we've been on this journey for what, 4 or 5 years? We don't got time for this. We don't have time. You don't get no room to chat here. You just got to sit there and do your homework. What up, Ollie? You don't get no chat. You and Mosley, dumbass. Press one. Hit the like button.
Not like this. Not like
Nah,
this.
nah. Y'all just like to, y'all wake up to play and think I don't agree with you. I'm against what your knowledge say. You over here, press one. I'm against what your knowledge say. Whatever it is, call it in. Call it in. I'm against it. Press. You don't do no homework. Why is something stupid? Only a person of an ideological subversive tactic will even think about some goddamn chat room nonsense when the title itself speaks for itself. See, she one of these foreigners who pretends to be Indian. Press one.
Not
See,
like
no,
this.
let my sweater go. Get off my sweater.
Not
Press
like
one.
this.
There are a lot of these little of Indian descent. They trying to play the Indian role here. Press one and trying to get me and you and everybody else to believe the false Indian narrative. I'm against that. Boo. That means everything you've been teaching is wrong and without God. Duh. Press one. That's why you ain't had no scripture like the rest of the ladies. Press one and the fellas coming through. Press one because you playing. You really don't believe in the Lord. Press one. Indians don't believe in that. Pan-Africans, y'all don't believe in this. This is mine. Press one. You ain't got on your YouTube not one time and said, I made a grave mistake. The knowledge that I realized that I don't know nothing and it's been without God, so it's been my trajectory has been off this whole time. I apologize. We should all go to Cav Gill. No. I know my worth now, Kim, and it's not nothing. That's what it's not. Press one. You ain't finna be friends with my audience. Why, Kim? When you can call in and be a part of the show. You supposed to say, oh, we not on Turtle Island. We wasn't in them. No. So you are of no assistance to Kev Gill. You can't type here like this one. You can't do that. I don't do that when you talking about cowboys and Indians. Press one. Woo, I love this show right here. You don't show yourself approved. I don't know what to think of it. This is the university. Care, bro. Not Turtle Island. Not this ones and that ones. This is, see, when you start doing your research and you start sifting through the weeds and the tares, press one, and you realize this is a wheat, press one. Hold up, trying to blend in. I'm trying to plant themselves with I. Press one. See, because they don't talk about the overthrow of the Victoria. They ain't brought up nothing that got nothing to do with Gillespie. This is mine. God made this for me. My name is on. You didn't make that. You ain't mentioned. What about the great Gillespie, man? See, Gillespie is the destroyer. Press, what you bring that up? That's the shh. Be quiet, bro. Press one. What about that one? We don't know cockatoo, and we don't know the great blackface cockatoo. We know George Washington. See, now we got a name. We know George Washington. Kev said it, huh, Ollie? Just say it, Ollie. Go ahead. I'll if Ollie called my show and just say these words right here, the greatest words of all, Kev said this. That's why I don't call in. Kev said it. Ah, that's my guy. Ali, way in the back. Hey, Marley, Kev said it. If Ali ain't said nothing else, if he ain't did no homework, what he do know is Kev said it, bro. We and so this is an important time in my life. Every time shit get important for me, Kim shows up. And others trying to take away what's mine. You feel me, Todd? If it was their name, press one. But her last name is Nimrod.
Not like this. Not like this.
It's okay. Give me a hug. It's okay. Just catch her right there. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. Said the asshole is coming out again. Her last name is Hunter. Press one. Nimrod. That's fucked up. That's okay, Kim. I'm just playing. No, I'm stupid. Don't do that. Don't. It's okay. You got to catch her. But fuck you. It's okay. I'm just playing. It's cool, but ain't do it. It's a problem, and I'm. Just catch her. They be forgetting this class. But Kim, what's true is you don't do no homework. That's what's true. Let her go. Push her back off. You're about to tell her. She don't do no homework. Back to reality. You know, we don't know how far back your information go, but you ain't said not one thing. Sonetta, you, Jabari Big Head, Sugar Baby Head looking ass, press one. Hit that like button and subscribe. Y'all been woompty womping all this and ain't mentioned nothing about Kev. Kev the clown, remember? All Kev got to do is buy a red nose, is what y'all told me. Press one, and I'll be the clown of the future. That's messed. That's mean, man. That's just mean. When you're trying to meet people, press. That's just fucking mean. Hey, Pino, I'm new at the Black America. I feel like you, Pino. You feel me? We outsiders trying to get our way, make our way through. Niggas is like, you can hang out with us if you put this red nose on. That's fucked up, bro. He said, you come back. This is what he told me, Pino. This weak ass niggas out there that go tell me, when you get your knowledge up, you can come back. I'll show you some knowledge shit. Now I got all great students. Press one. Nobody in the Pan-African community got students like mine from all areas of the fucking Universe 25. I went and dug you niggas out the mud like little Dirk say. Press one. I went and got y'all out the mud. You know who took that shit from you. Come get that shit in blood, nigga. Press one. All walks of life, Pan-Africans, astrologers, card flippers, energy, chakras. I brought them all here. The rejected motherfuckers who could never get shit right. Something wrong. I almost was a Hebrew Israelite, but it was just something about not wearing deodorant under my garments. Press what?
Not like this. Not like this.
That's right, Reed. What's wrong, brother? Christ got him. Press one. That's all, bro. It's hard for me to. I was always an outcast, bro. First of all, I'm a goofy nigga. Press one. Then I didn't have the Wakanda outfits to match. I wasn't talking about energy and ancestors. So you believe that white man shit taught you? Oh, Was your last name Gillespie? A white man gave you that. That's fucked up when you meet people, bro. That's fucked up. So I went and found my own friends. Fuck them. Press one. I created these YouTube streets. Not zipped with the drip. Press one. That weird looking motherfucker. Press one. Yeah, I see you little lovely ladies tonight on Caro Comedy Hour, fuckers. Press one. Like zip with the drip. Universe 25 is what our show gonna be called. Just a bunch of nigga shit. Why not make money off a bunch of stumbling blocks? If you don't know Zip with the Drip is, that's my good friend. He's in a retarded class. He smokes blunts out his nose. If I ever see a nigga do some shit like that, that's fine. Tell him Zip with the drip. He got bars. Lil homie can rap. He trying to get a deal with Rockefeller. It's freeway in the place to be, and I got me a place to rock the mic right. So I'm on the place to be right now. I hit the hood when I'm traveling. That nigga can freestyle his ass off to some old ass shit nobody longer cares for. Press one. Yeah, bring the 2000s back. There you go. Where you been in jail? That's what I'm talking about. Realness. Realness. Press one. And he's ugly. Give it more of a grimy look. Press one. I'll market you little foreigners. Come here and sign the cab, bro. Press one. I'll market you little ugly fuckers. Press one. I'll be mad at me too if I look like you. Nigga, y'all niggas live, how y'all from New York and look like you was raised in Philly? Nigga look just musty. I could never just look musty. You had to get real close to see that and smell. I was doing bad, and I see that's because the street. That's one. That's an ugly creature, right? Him, Bosco, should be ugly man of the month. That's one. You ever not want to hang out with niggas because they ugly? Yes, that's them niggas. Yo, son, what we doing tonight, yo? Nothing. Matter of fact, I don't feel too good. That's what? Mama tripping. Got this shit lined up. You not about. I feel like Daz and Snoop at the Tupac assassination. You not about to fuck this up. Press one. Ruthless. I talk different. Press one. Shut up. Shut up. Get off me. Let my sweater go. Back to class. Hey, Pino. So, Pino, I got this little community, African American comedy music thing going at night. You could pull up, bro. I don't give a fuck what you say. You feel me? Because it's Universe 25, Pino. Just remember that. Press one. Remember, it all started right here. Just remember that. At my homeboy in L.A., right? My nigga said, hey, Kev, people don't know, but you started Coffee and Kush TV in my garage, bro. The thought of it. You was sitting in my motherfucking garage and was like, I'm finna be a YouTuber. We should do it. We funny as fuck. And I didn't do it. And you, a YouTuber, is it? You really do this shit. But he reminded me, everything has a place, the thought where the thought come in. You know what I'm saying? So everything that y'all see, like today for the last 3, 4, 5 years, my homeboy Ruben, right? He like, nigga, I'm tripping that you started this in the garage smoking a blunt, watching UFC fights on break. You feel me? Like, yeah. Yeah, so we took it from the mind, sitting on the weight bench, watching a big screen UFC fight to smoking a blunt. Like, you know what? I'm finna start a YouTube show and just release all this smart shit on the air and look. You feel me? No rap, no nothing. No special effects, no special guests. Just me, my goofy ass. You feel me? Help me with my multiple personality disorder. Hit that like button. I used to be in the bungalows until I centered myself. Press one. I used to be like Zip the Drip. Want to be a rapper until you grow up? Press one. Until you grow up. Any nigga as ugly as Zip the Drip that want to be a rapper, this gonna hurt. Any nigga that want to be a rapper and they look like Zip the Drip, you're not going to make it. Because even the homosexuals don't want to fuck you.
Not like this.
They don't even want nothing from you. You can praise any dirtbag, you can eat shit and kiss the ass of donkeys all you want. When they don't want you, it's bad. You know when you Sodom and Gomorrah don't want you. You know it's bad. That's one. That's fucked up. I am going to crush these nigga. Press one. Now, after my ADHD is gone, let me get back to class. I need to get my, that's fuck, you ain't never heard that one before. You ain't never seen a nigga so ugly. They got some ugly football playing girly nigga down there with beards and dresses on. But you so motherfucking ugly. Press one. What bitch wanna lay with you? Oh, tonight is gonna be so fun. Nobody. I don't know. Do I got a picture of Zip the Drip so the ladies can? That's one ugly son of a gun right there. Woo, him or Bosco. If you had to choose, ladies, it's what's coming up tonight. Cavro, Bungalows 54. Shout out to Todd. He was like, yeah, why don't we just act stupid? Yeah, fucking bungalow. Shout out to Todd. He's king of the bungalow. This is where the stupid shit happens. Let's go. Democrats, raise the roof. Raise the roof around this bungalow. Let's go, Democrats. Let's go, champ. That's what. I mean, we don't got to be in class all day, Kev. Come on, bro. We get it. Now let's crush them. Let's crush them. They've been talking shit for so long, and I just been waiting, all of them together, just see what other weird looking motherfucker come out, other centipede looking motherfucker come out. The cracks of the crevices, they need to be put down. They should have been the ones in Gillespie, Illinois. They should have been the one in Gillespie, Illinois. The people under the stairs, zombies. That's one. I bet you it was them. Here's the light.
To accept, press 1.
Golfy and Kush TV. I wasn't accepting phone calls, so C54 what's your name and where you calling from?
Rio, I'm calling from Georgia.
Georgia.
What's up, Kel?
What's up? Who is this?
This is Rio. I'm calling from Georgia.
Oh, Rio. What's up, man? Look, look, Rio. Turn your sound down in the back because I hear an echo.
All right.
Thank you so much.
You down?
I'm gonna make sure you clear and you able
All right.
to. Boom. So what's up? What's on your mind, Rio?
All right. This is what I got, Kel.
For what?
So
What
I've
you
been
got?
up all night. All right, so
You been up all night
all
doing
right,
what?
That's what I got. Studying, Kel. Just studying, right? When I was watching that you had told us to watch on the Patreon, right?
So
And it was
so
on-
you
it was
clicked the
on,
link on the
repeat. So when I
Patreon.
woke up,
So you clicked the link on the Patreon and watched it?
about the Holy Grail, right?
Oh, yes, that one. Oh, okay. Everybody don't have the same
Okay,
links.
so-
Depending on what tier you got is your preparation into class. So a lot of people was emailing me, Kev, I don't have the link. But I put the link on all tiers. So if you don't got the link, that means you on my page for free. That's not fair.
EBT program.
Rio had to laugh at that one. That's fucked up. that mean you part of
Yeah,
the
I'm trying to
100,
tell you.
200 people that's on my Patreon and hit the free button. And I realized that I said, okay,
And
so
and I ain't going nowhere and gonna be there.
yeah, and don't be there, but want my work and want to prepare themselves with my notes and want to be on my Discord. We had to talk. Let me hold my sweater. This nigga Benjamin 777 took the heat for everybody. He finally got out his feelings and joined the Patreon at $30 a month. Give him a hand, family. He finally said Kev is worth $1 a day. Yeah, he gonna hire me part-time too. That's fucked up, bro. And he finally said fuck it and went over there. So you gotta congratulate Benjamin. I was so happy. I was shopping actually. I was like, oh, Benjamin, that made me smile. He took the pressure. It was the Ali. Ali helped them redeem themselves. Go ahead, King.
Yeah. Shout out Allen, man.
Yes, sir.
All
Shout
right,
out
so
Ali.
listen,
Ali
this
is
what I
like,
got.
man, Ali take the heat for everybody. It's time for somebody else. Go ahead.
All right, so when I had woke up, Kel, what had woke me up? You was on the lab. You was like, "Don't get mad at me because you need an advocate, right?" So that's about the time that I woke up, and I was laughing in my sleep. I'm laughing, but the whole time I'm thinking in my head like he's still talking to me. I got a court case, and I got this lady who thinks she can represent me, but I'm a part of I'm a lineage of the founding fathers. That means I need to be founded. That means
Yes.
that I don't need nobody. To
You're
fix me.
lost.
All right, boom.
You know that's a
Yeah, so
ship.
you
You know
lost,
that's
you
a
need
ship, and they
someone to
found your ass.
Right.
Yes.
So I'm sitting here looking up. Okay, what motion do I need to put in to basically relieve this person or tell them I don't need them to represent me because I can represent myself.
No, you don't.
All right.
You can't.
So
You
All right.
are barred, sir.
look.
Don't even hold up. Don't go
Yeah,
no
barred.
further. Don't even go no further. You
All right.
can't. You can't.
So you can't.
You can't. It's impossible. You're gonna go. You're gonna go to the
But
court,
you know,
and
barred.
they're gonna represent you. You can't. Forever, you've been barred. Sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Forever.
BAR is the British Accredited Registry.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yeah,
Then
that's
I
the
went and I
cutoff
looked
point.
up
That's the cut. You're not
attorney.
going to beat them. They are in proper
Okay.
standing, sir.
All right, then
Yes.
look, I looked up attorney in 1828. The definition of an attorney, and it said one who is appointed or admitted in place of another to manage his matters in law. The word formerly signified any person who did business for another, but
Sir.
expense is now chiefly or
Sir.
wholly.
Listen to what I'm saying, bro. Listen to the words that are coming out of my mouth. You got to go to court,
Okay.
right?
Right.
That attorney is your attorney.
Right, but she can't be relieved though.
To do what? For you to do what? Relief from what? They're going to get you another
Relief.
one.
Oh, but I'm gonna tell them I want to represent myself though.
Oh.
Yeah, I want to represent myself as a pro se. Like I want to go in. I can do this on my own.
Oh. Go ahead, sir.
I understand because I understand. I observe the law. I know how to. I know how to observe the law. What the general provisions. What's the different. So look, Kel, this is what I'm saying. Look when I read it though. It said in Virginia, the duties of an attorney, counselor, conveyancer, and advocate are all performed by the same individual.
Yes.
An attorney may have general powers to transact business for another, or his powers may be special or limited to a particular act or act. Attorney General is an officer appointed to manage business for the king, the state, or republic, and his duty in particular is to prosecute persons
Sir.
guilty of crimes.
Sir, do you know what Christ died for, sir?
He died for our sins.
No. And that's part of it. But for you to be redeemed, sir.
to be redeemed so we can live.
Yes.
All right. Then I got this right here. It says, then God said to Abraham, as for you, you must keep my covenant, you and your descendants after you, for the generations to come. For I have chosen him, and that he will direct his children and his household after him to keep the way of the Lord by doing what is right and just, so that the Lord will bring about for Abraham what he has promised him. The promise is in the covenant. So that's what brought it up. Like, when I woke up this morning, I was like, you said,
I can't. You sound like you underwater. You need a clear phone. First of all. And see, I'm on speaker again. What is this?
Hello?
Yeah, what is that speaker? What is this?
Speaker? Hold on, let me take it off. Can you hear me now?
I've heard you the whole time, sir. Anyway, what do you want to do?
I want to be restored and have my identity restored and be back, put right in my rightful position.
What rightful position is that? I don't understand.
No, I mean, as far as the situation that's with the court.
I have no understanding.
Now, I'm saying, I know it's like a personal matter, whatever, but I'm just speaking on how it relates, though.
Relates to what?
To law.
I'm talking about black communities being destroyed with atomic bomb. What the hell are you talking about?
Okay. Well, I can speak on that too, Kel. Hold on. Right here it says definition of atom, the basic unit of a chemical element. The atoms as a source of nuclear energy, an extreme small amount or thing of quality. So to me, it seems like the atoms, I'm just gonna say it, I feel like to me like electronic, like something electrical. But I know that it was a bomb that was bombed on different cities across America, in black communities that devastated the community. But I mean, it's a part of chemistry also, though.
Thank you, Rio. Thank
Hello?
you so much for calling it. Rio. Hold me
like the river Jordan,
and I would then say to thee that you are my friend. Carry me.
like you are my brother.
Sit, little man.
Love me like a mother. Will you be there?
Well, oh Lord, have mercy. What are you troubling your little brain for? That's why. Jeez. Baby, listen.
Will you hold me?
Learn this song, though, man.
Will you scold me? When lost will you find me?
Listen. But they told me you meant to be faithful and fight what you able.
And fight till the end, but I'm only human.
That's it. That's all you got to do. Rio. Just sit your ass down. You just sit in the background. Don't do nothing, bro. Just sit right over there. But you hurt yourself. Shit. How do you have peace in that brain? Jeez. You rummaging through things all over the place. Rio, what happened? Don't go no further. Stop. Even Ollie, hold up. Huh? You can't do nothing. I can't do nothing. So anyway, I'm moving on to page 3. Hey. This would you interrupt my show for? That's why. Oh, that too? I got information on that one right there, right there. God damn. You set to go then. Press 1. Go on, take your ass to court like one of the Moors. Press 1. Don't come looking for me. I don't give legal advice. You better go to Bruce the attorney. Nigga, you are caught. You gonna relieve what? You not gonna get me to a what is wrong with you? It's like asking me to buy some dope over the cell phone. What are you doing? Press 1. What the fuck is this one? Yeah, so like we've been studying, I'm a disregard for my attorney. I didn't say nothing about this. What I'm talking about, Rio. See, this is how I know. See, you don't understand, Rio. You gotta sit your ass with Todd. Todd. You heard me, SG. You better go talk to Bruce and the hip hop attorney. What you talking to me, bro? Nigga, I'm Kev Gills, bro. Fuck is you've been barred. I've been barred. Oh, that takes me to the 1828. The BA, yes, cut off. From what? The law. The nigga trying to hurry up and get Faith. Please. Faith ain't nothing you can dial up right now. Press button. Oh, shit. Faith. Guess what? You gotta. Oh, my goodness. All I can think about is please find my safe space. Oh, Michael Jackson, Free Willy. Press 1. Oh, that's my safe place. I remember I was a child and I used to. You can. This is not for your court case, sir. Press 1. All this laughing and playing he doing, Brian King. He laughing at you, Brian. That nigga laughing at Brian. He laughing at everybody else. And you get him on the phone. And Rio ass done pumped him his own self up. Press 1. Talking about he got some homework. You don't got no. How you got it and I ain't told it yet? Sit down. It's always those students that try to get it in first. Please hurry up right now. I know the answer to this one. Oh, sir, my show is called The Black Community's Destroyed with Atomic Bomb. With a question mark. Not what the fuck is your court case doing on my professorism. Oh, my African American children, students, you must learn. He was in there like Puff Daddy, shuffling around. He had the good moves of Chris Brown, shuffling around, laughing at people. When I put them in the hot seat, and now look at him, hour. Taj probably was looking like, uh-oh. Rio, you just had to fuck up. Rio. He ain't had his shredded week this morning, Professor. Forgive him. That's Taj. What is he? The fuck is he? Some of y'all niggas out there like, look at Kev face. Oh, fuck, he finna get him. He didn't eat his shredded wheat this morning. Go on, get your ass up to row 54, sir. I told you, same niggas be laughing yesterday. You're not gonna be laughing today. Press 1. You're not doing no homework.
Not like this. Not like this.
I'm looking for victims, nigga. You ain't doing no homework. Wakanda is doing homework. Kev Gills is doing homework. B is doing homework. Press what? I know who's doing. Wakanda, B, me. This is my favorite. These are my favorite ones. Don't mean nobody else doing homework. I mean, in my group, I ain't really. Press, don't get in your feelings. I'm just saying we doing homework over here. You trying to be at our desk. Press 1. You ever seen one of them niggas in class? What y'all doing? Sir. And the teacher got to come get him. Sir, your group is over there. Huh? Is me? Paul? I know you want to be in my group, my nigga. Press 1. But I'm telling you, advance, bro. You can't be in this group is turned the fuck up, bro. We hold each other accountable. When I get off the air, I get emails. Why didn't fuck you put this on the fucker? I didn't even know black women get down like this. How y'all talking to the boss like this? What the fuck is you? You didn't talk about the goddamn inferno. Goddamn it. Next time tomorrow, wake up. Kev. What the fuck is this? That's how y'all treat people. We're meant to be great. We're meant to be great. And so you can't be here, bro. I've been trained up. Press 1. I used to be afraid of black women, and now I'm not. It's my new shit. I used to be afraid of black women, but now I'm not. Yeah. I love this position right here. The host, the researcher, press 1. The Bible guy, press 1. You just can't do that here. You just can't hang out here. It's important people at this table. Black women are here to build us up properly, man. Press 1. They gonna be bad at the man cave. Imagine me at the man, black men. They need to act like that to keep us in power. Press 1. What? Boo. That's bugged out. Hit that like button and subscribe. That's all right. They ain't getting no cheesecake made by Royal Purple. That's why. They don't eat good. That's why they be out here looking sick and flabby and shit, trying to play a hate on my shit. Gonna eat some fat, fascist penises. Press 1. I'm loving how these niggas got me crazy. Press 1. It's time. You know what I'm excited about? I'm excited because we the only YouTube page out of millions and millions and millions who got this type of information that allows this type of flow. You can be at work and you can watch Care, bro. You can be at the house idle-minded and hopefully you take something from this. Press 1. Why ye stand there all day idle? Press 1. Yeah. You can be like Zip the Drip. Press 1 and still get some information. That's what I love it here. Because even though the ugly section is way up there in the spot where they shot Abraham Lincoln in the back of the head, we still love them in the rafters. Press 1. Woo! When God made these niggas, he just... You ugly students of mine. Hey, Pino, hey. That nigga lucky he wasn't born in 2023 where they got the 3D imagery of your babies when you in the, what's the name? Like, oh, that's a baby. And got Zip the Drip looking at, hey, yo. Oh, hell no. It's too late for this past 6 weeks.
Not like this. Not like this.
It's a past 6 weeks already. God damn it. God damn it. What he look like? Goo-goo. Yo. But that's, how long is the terminal illness? Press one. That's how ugly them niggas is. Press one. Them some ugly motherfuckers. Boy. One thing you can never, ugly niggas will never win no bagging contest against me. Press one, they ugly even when they got good clothes on and shit. They still ugly. Press one, even when they smile, it still make your face turn up. Put it back. Stop laughing at my joke. Put this shit back. Don't laugh at my jokes. When they smile, they gotta look from the side. Oh, shit. He's smiling. Gee. I'm sorry, black people in our community. I'm about to get their ass. Press one, pause, because they all fascist. Press one. But you know what I mean. I can't stop. Something's wrong with me. I woke up like this. So anyway, this is going to be a hell of a day because we're going to watch a video. You know what I'm saying? We're going to watch this video. And I need y'all in good spirit because it's sad. It's a sad moment. So I use them as stepping stone for us to get this humor going, even though our class is so serious, our knowledge and wisdom. You know, we need to smile like Tupac said, no matter by any means necessary. So sorry, guys, if y'all faces going to be the example of why you should have been born that way. Press one. Damn that Chuck. Lord have mercy. So this is about the atomic warfare that may have happened now. Out of all the fellas that say they do their homework and they study, get your pens and pencils out. It's time to do some homework because this is the beginning of the rest of your life. I like to welcome everybody to Cairo University and all that. We setting sail today. Yeah. And what we gonna prove to you is that is the Black Holocaust and the genocide and the murderous genocide of our military men and sailors all across America, and how the federal government allowed Polish and German and Russian Nazis over here to destroy our communities and may have participated in the bombing and the atomic bombs of all of our communities, in which set all of our stuff ablaze by TNT, which was buried underneath the cities, not flybys. Catch my drift? I said underneath the cities, not flybys. So we're going to get into these great discussions. We set and sail. If you own that specific tier, you're going to be getting a lot of links. I urge y'all to keep up with the notes and to prepare you for the course of study we involved in. To all those who are not and can't afford and need the EBT program, for all those in my Cash App that support it that way, all you gotta do is message me. Kev, I'm on the Cash App. Send me the goddamn link. Okay, cool. You're there. Bam, it's nothing. You know, but this information, it's like we do documentaries every day. It's some people who do documentaries once a month, and they're great at what they do. They're put together very well. So I know the support is there in the communities for a nigga who do this every day, not once or twice a month, not with sad music to come pump you up and get you emotionally this way or that way. My God-given ability to do that. I don't need nobody else to make you laugh here. It's me. Press one. It's me. I don't need nobody else to help teach me. I'll make you laugh, smile, cry, learn together right here. You know, but we got a lot to prove on this channel as we set sail on this good ship we call Cairo. Press one. Now, you don't got to be no supporter to watch me on YouTube. I love y'all just the same. If you like to be amazed every day and not take notes and stuff, cool. $5, $10, cool. That's what's up. I ain't tripping. But for those of you who want to know what I'm talking about tomorrow and want to You know, for the diehard thinkers out there, like, where Kev at? It's 2 in the morning. Where the fuck is him? I'm gonna watch old videos. You people. Yeah, this is for y'all. You know, I really appreciate y'all. Shout out to Say It. Say It put in a lot of work, especially breaking that shit down with the Gillespies and all that. It's a beautiful time to be alive with the right perspective and let's just say a difference of perspective. Yeah, I'm not saying it's the right and I'm 100% correct, but I always say if I'm right a little bit, I'm right. Because everything we've been saying is contrary to what they've been telling us this whole time since we've been under their control. So if I'm right a little bit, it's going to open up avenues and gateways for the next individual to investigate and be like, wow, or even included in our topics here on Cavro at Cavro University, the Urban Conservative, where we do urban media and shit like that. But I urge everybody to just, if you don't got to believe me, do your research. And from there, that's where you are, and build from there. And just give a different perspective. It's all right. I ain't tripping. But you ain't finna play like Kim Hunter and be an Indian. Press 1. Kim like, what? Would he leave me alone? No. Not until you take part. You, Mosley, all of you. Row 54. For all of you. Facts. So this is going to be good. This is a 35-minute video. This is from a so-called black woman who has opened my eyes. See, Mosley, you want to hurry up and catch up? Take part, bro. I'm telling you, you want to go from a zero to a hero? Bro, you want to chat and have fun? Trust me, this is the one you want to take notes on. All of my videos, look, I say y'all don't know nothing, but I'll double back and give you all the information again with all the answers. And I'm going to sit here with you. You don't got no teacher like that. Ain't no black teacher out there love y'all like that. We ain't graduate shit. We gonna sit there with you. Yeah, do the work, nigga, virtually, nigga. Even though I ain't in your house forcing you, do it. Think, nigga. Because I know how hard it is to think outside the box. It's like short-term, long-term memory. You know, a lot of us, we get the short-term, we got short-term memory and we forget. We can hold it, but we soon forget. Long-term memory, kind of the same thing. But, bro, write it down, study, and keep talking because it sharpens your mind. You begin to correct itself. All your old information from being a turtle or living on the back of a turtle of an Indian, that it begin to, your new thoughts will flush those right out the way. It's old. Some of these cyborgs, they never grew up. They really believed they was cowboys and Indians. But as we've proven with these dates, ask yourself, where the cowboys and Indians at? These are real people. These are black millionaires and billionaires that own mines. We're going to start with Mr. Gillespie, and we're going to work our way all the way down to every name. Press 1. This is easy. So it's up to you. People been saying before I got here, man, we need to be free. They don't want to be free. And to be free, you got to know who you are. To know who you are, you got to know the path. To know the path, you got to know your family lineage, which was lost. How you going to get there? Shit, it's easier to just hang out and do nothing all day and be idle. Hey, why you idle all day there? Put the 211 down and think. Press 1. So thinking, this lady has 4 subscribers. Let me tell y'all something. This video got 8 likes, 300 views. Let me tell you, it don't matter how many views you got. You just don't know how impactful you can be. I want people to pay attention to this sister. And she made this video about a year ago. It's very important. She, do I got it? Yeah, she really did her thing with asking the right questions on this. I urge everybody to ask the right questions. This sister did her thing, and I'm gonna shout her out after this. She only made 1 video. Could you believe that? This sister only made 1 video. So Rio said he was up all night because he got a court case. Press one.
Not like this.
Not because he was studying Chicago ports. That's why he trying to get ready and prepare. That's all right, Rio. We love you. After your brain get away from this decision, he just found out he can't do nothing about it. Huh? Nah, Kev, I was looking. You can't do nothing about that. You're caught, sir. Go on and fix it. When you fix it this time, then come back and see Kev. Press 1. Listen. Listen, when you fix this issue, because you're going to submit, when you fix this issue and there's nothing there, come back and see Kev. And then we can talk about the future of not doing bad things. SG. Nah, nigga, guess what? You're going, brother. Press 1. Hit that like button. Shout out to the system out there for keeping and purging this evilness out my people who think they can wiggle out of judgment. No, you can't. Go to jail. Press 1. Hurry up. Pay the fine. Go to jail. Do what you got to do. Go see all of your old friends. Press 1. They're all waiting on you. Go tell them. Go tell them the good news. Ask them if they got cell phones in there. And to turn to Kev Road University, that's probably why God is probably going to take you to jail. Because you got to tell them the good news, and you'll be surprised. God will clean you up, put you in the right position. Man, I'm trying to tell you. And you'll be right there. What am I sitting right there? You spread the good news like you said. That's your job. Tell them about Kev when you in there. Yeah, that's facts. So anyway, pay attention, take notes. I love y'all. 320. Well, let me make sure it's connected, because this shit get wild. Let me see. Make sure it's connected to the. Okay, beautiful. Connect that there. How you do that there? Okay. So what if her video is called the Manhattan Project Connection? Okay? So let her talk. Support the broadcast. Let me do a shout out to those who supported the broadcast today, who not on my Patreon and just, nobody. Oh, shout out to you. But look, I'm going to shout out all of the people that supported already with that $100 contribution all week. Mrs. Peppers, shout out to you in the EBT program. Shout out to, who else is this? Shout out to Lori White. Shout out to Amanda. Shout out to Jamie Lee. Shout out to y'all. These are all the people who contribute over $100 right here at the road. Shout out to Shiva. Shout out to Forrest Glory. Shout out to even Brittany. She don't even be in the chat no more. Shout out to you. This is just for that, what I can see. Press 1. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to go ahead and give it to Brian King, because he got a bunch of pluses by his name. That's my guy. See? You got to support the real Mrs. Hunter. I don't see Kim Hunter in there. And no, I don't see everybody in bungalows in there. They don't have to be. I'm talking to Kim. I don't see Kim in there at all, Kim. So you got to do better. You can't be on it. You a grown woman. Women got great jobs. Press 1. You a grown ass woman. Don't you sit here and lie. You got legal shit. You got it. I ain't saw you in the Cash App, ma'am. You ain't been in class and been taking advantage of the EB2 program this whole time. Okay? That's enough. Become part. Help me take over. Don't just stand there and disrupt my class with silly questions. So listen to this, Kim, and get your life together. Oh, there's no sound? Great. Now that's going to be great. Thank you for that. Let me start this over.
Was it a nuclear explosion? By Daisy Herndon. According to a local newspaper, most victims were atomized. American nuclear deception. Why is nobody talking about this? 320 Americans died.
Let me tell y'all something. Remember the man on the high castle? That white boy got on them on that sailor boat with them black people, and he was a Nazi, and he got on that boat and offered them a lot of money or something, and the stuff he had ended up having tons and tons of dynamite, and he blew they whole boat up, and they was just trying to help him.
320 Americans died. July 17th, 1944. The Port Chicago disaster. Was it a nuclear explosion? By Daisy Herndon. According to a local newspaper, most victims were atomized. American nuclear deception. Why is nobody talking about this? 320 Americans died.
And that's crazy that it matches that. Everybody white, everybody black except this one white man over here.
The Port Chicago disaster, was it a nuclear explosion? That ridiculous question, posed by independent scholar Peter Vogel 40 years ago, was the cover story of the spring 1982 edition of The Black Scholar, one of the nation's oldest scholarly journals of Black culture and political thought. The edition was edited by Robert Allen, Professor Emeritus of UC Berkeley and author of The Port Chicago Mutiny. In one edition of his books, Allen reports that Vogel later withdrew the theory for lack of proof. Although he may have made that temporary move at some point, Vogel continued his research for over 35 years, updating his findings in an online ebook, The Last Wave from Port Chicago. But in December 2018, the senior independent scholar closed down his website, citing personal reasons, including other interests. For his diligent scholarly quest to understand and explain the documented connection between the Manhattan Project and the Port Chicago explosion, Vogel received no honor. One biographer referred to him as a glory-seeking historical revisionist. And in the lengthy discussion that led to his work being deleted from the crowdsourced encyclopedia Wikipedia, one editor called him a crackpot. Others labeled him a conspiracy theorist. But the editors were wrong about one thing. The theory has not been debunked because it has never been officially investigated. The Last Wave from Port Chicago, Vogel's book, was the only comprehensive study of the Port Chicago nuclear explosion theory until now. I flatter myself to think that perhaps after we exchanged emails in the summer and fall of 2018, the senior scholar was able to take comfort in the fact that his work has not been in vain. The Port Chicago nuclear explosion theory is itself a fact of history. It was deleted from Wikipedia, obliterated from the pages of the crowdsourced magazine as if it never existed, but it does. The theory is mentioned, albeit with dismissive sneers, in books about the Manhattan Project and websites about the Port Chicago explosion. Without a valid, serious, evidence-based investigation, twisted versions of the story continue to resurface in social media under sensational headlines like "Black Sailors Nuked." Vogel, who once took a class with Manhattan Project physicist Edward Teller and interviewed him for his book, covered technical details like the size of the crater, the availability of uranium in 1944, the nature of the Wilson condensation cloud, and much more. Now, to be frank, his dense and scientific emphasis made it hard for me to draw any definitive conclusions about his theory. But Vogel was onto something. I just had yet to be convinced that there was any merit to his theory of a nuclear explosion at Port Chicago. I had all the same objections that anyone else would have without looking at the evidence. Now, my own research looks at very different aspects of the question. In my books, American Nuclear Deception and Designed for Large Explosions, I examine a great deal of new, surprising, and wide-ranging evidence. I reinterpret old historical documents concerning the bomb through the lens of the PCNet, the Port Chicago nuclear explosion theory. This evidence focuses on people who played key roles in the creation of the bomb, but have been either overlooked, downplayed, or hidden in the traditional history. People like President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who, after all, single-handedly, unilaterally authorized the creation of the bomb. Vannevar Bush, his sire of science, who oversaw the Manhattan Project. Alexander Sachs, the Wall Street banker, who was his advisor on the bomb project. William S. Parsons, a Navy captain who was in charge of ordnance for the Manhattan Project, and Albert Einstein, whose role in regarding the bomb has yet to be thoroughly explored. And Vogel's question has yet to receive a definitive answer. There's been no official investigation of the provocative, outlandish, outrageous, and yet plausible theory that the July 17, 1944 explosion at the Port Chicago Naval Ammunition Depot near San Francisco, California, was a secret test of an atomic bomb conducted under the auspices of the top secret Manhattan Project. I know, a conspiracy theory, until you look at the evidence, in which case it becomes the theory of a conspiracy. Think about it. The Manhattan Project, we herald it as an exemplary, as an example of one of the greatest accomplishments in human history, a feat of scientific achievement. We say there should be a Manhattan Project for climate change, all the while forgetting that the key to the Manhattan Project was its secrecy. Not from other nations. The Manhattan Project was secret from the American people. And that is part of its legacy, and the legacy of the history of the bomb, and the legacy that becomes even more clear and more important when looked at through the lens of the Port Chicago nuclear explosion theory. In recent years, scholars, journalists, and panels of investigators have made several surprising discoveries about the early history of the bomb. In Nuclear Statecraft, History and Strategy in America's Atomic Age, for example, Francis J. Gavin points out how little we actually know about our nuclear history. And then there's The Age of Hiroshima, edited by Michael D. Gordon and John Eikenberry. And in that book, 17 contributors address the flawed history of the bomb, and they note that the familiar story was based on too many assumptions and leaves too many questions unanswered. And my research shows that those assumptions and those unanswered questions were partly by design, because the people who wrote or who drafted the initial story of the bomb, after all, were the people who produced the weapon, and they had the reasons to tell the story the way they wanted it told. According to the Smithsonian documentary Atomic Age Declassified, a new history is emerging as previously unexamined documents come to light. Of course, not all of the history was documented and filed neatly in files where it can be discovered. A 2010 study by the Center for Disease Control and the Los Alamos National Laboratory revealed the multi-generational impact of the nuclear testing on the downwinders. Those are the citizens of New Mexico who were exposed to radioactive fallout after the famous Trinity test. They were excluded from receiving compensation under the Radiation Exposure Compensation Act, RECA, of 1990, which is about to expire in July 2022. Concluding their 2021 article, July 2021 article, Downwind of Trinity, Remembering the First Victims of the Atomic Bomb, Catherine Lead and Maggie O'Brien made a poignant appeal. On the 76th anniversary of the Trinity test, they wrote, "We must remember and reflect upon the stories of the downwinders, the first victims of the atomic age." Or perhaps the second victims. From the surprising and wide-ranging evidence I uncovered in my independent investigation of the Port Chicago nuclear explosion theory, 3 things have become abundantly clear. 1, we don't know what we don't know about the history of the bomb, which means that we don't know what we don't know about current nuclear policy. So what we don't know is killing us. It's costing us. It's costing us today. Because, number 3, both physically and politically, literally and metaphorically speaking, we are all downwinders. We are all victims of the bomb. The threat of nuclear war is only one small, relatively small part of the impact of the bomb project, the creation of the bomb, the use of the bomb, the proliferation of nuclear weapons, and the physical and political fallout that the whole world has experienced. The bomb was dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, but the nuclear age was dropped on the entire world. The world's first nuclear explosion, that is, the world's first known nuclear explosion, was the famous Trinity test conducted at Alamogordo, New Mexico on July 16, 1945. That was the day the world entered the nuclear age, so far as we know. The early morning blast lit up the sky for miles around. Now, to divert the attention of local residents who experienced various immediate aspects from the secret test, including a blind woman who saw the light 50 miles away, Manhattan Project Director Leslie R. Groves issued a false press release reporting an explosion, get this, at a remote ammunition depot. In July 1945, Manhattan Project leaders used the idea of an explosion at a remote ammunition depot as a cover for a secret nuclear test. Keep that in mind. No one was injured in the fake explosion, of course. By contrast, however, 320 Americans were killed and 390 civilians and military personnel injured, many of them seriously, in a real explosion at a remote naval ammunition magazine near San Francisco, California, exactly 1 year earlier, on July 17, 1944. July 16, 1945, Trinity. July 17, 1944, the Port Chicago explosion. The massive explosion at the Port Chicago Naval Ammunition Depot, 364 days before the Trinity test, was the greatest home front disaster of World War II. It registered 3.5 on the Richter scale. It was felt as far away as Nevada, and it is still listed as one of the greatest man-made explosions in history. The pier was destroyed, along with the two ships docked there. The SS Keynote Victory had arrived earlier that day and was waiting to be loaded for her maiden voyage, where she would carry ammunition to the South Pacific. The 439-foot Victory ship was tossed into the air, spun around, and snapped in half. Now, photos show its two halves standing upended in the Suisun Bay.
Those of you who know about the Philadelphia experiment, the conspiracy to merge the sailors with the ship, and they came back and they were all fused inside, this is what they were talking about. It's not a conspiracy theory and they came in and it was infused with the metal, and no. It was all destroyed together. Particles. And you're going to realize that. That's what's important, is the fact that people, that people got to realize how important, and people, you can live in the conspiracy if you like. This was the reality.
The SSEA Bryan, a Liberty ship bearing 4,000...
Notice they always talk about time travel and all. They can't time travel unless you up out of here. Go ahead.
600 tons of explosives was obliterated. Yes, it had 4,600 tons of explosives. We'll get back to that. A few smoldering pieces of red-hot iron, all that was left of the E.A. Bryan, were found embedded in the sidewalk in the town of Port Chicago, a mile away, where every building in town was damaged and many of the residents injured. Of the 320 people killed in the explosion, 202 were African-American sailors loading ammunition onto the ships bound for the war in the South Pacific. Only 51 bodies could be found intact.
Wow.
A local newspaper reported that most victims were atomized.
And thus you have the atom bomb. I told you we gonna get there. Stay with me.
Yet, the Port Chicago disaster is best known as the story of the Port Chicago Mutiny. 3 weeks after the blast, some of the black sailors refused to load ammunition onto ships, citing fear of another explosion. Now, they did not go through PTSD training. They did not have any counselors come in. And, well, they had some dances that were thrown for them, but they were not prepared to deal with the tragedy of seeing their fellow sailors atomized. 3 weeks after the blast, some refused to load ammunition. They cited fear of another explosion. Many people think that many people who know about the Port Chicago Mutiny think that the sailors were protesting the racist conditions at the base, but they could have done that before the explosion. No, they were afraid. They said they were afraid. That was their defense. I'm getting ahead of myself. They were threatened. The commandant of the 12th Naval District, Rear Admiral Carlton Wright, he praised them in the immediate aftermath of the explosion for the way that they handled themselves. But when they refused to load ammunition, he told them that they were cowards. And he threatened them. He told them that if they did not load ammunition, they could face the death penalty. And he would see to it that they would face the death penalty for mutiny in time of war. Death penalty. Maybe another explosion. Firing squad. Maybe another explosion. Of the 328 sailors who originally refused to load ammunition, most of them went back to work. 258 or 200, it depends on which document you read, went back to work. 50 stood their ground. They are known as the Port Chicago 50. The court-martial of the Port Chicago 50 was the greatest mass trial in U.S. naval history. A mass trial. They were tried all at once, and it was the greatest mass trial in U.S. history. The Navy, uncharacteristically, publicized the military tribunal. Now, military tribunals are military. They don't follow the rules of civil courts, and they are usually closed to the public. But in this case, the Navy published the information about it and even invited the participation of the NAACP. The NAACP Chief Counsel Thurgood Marshall, who later became the first African-American Supreme Court Justice, flew out from New York to California to observe the trial. Now, he concluded that the mass court-martial was a frame-up designed, he said, to discredit the African-American sailors. He wrote an appeal on behalf of the Port Chicago 50, one of his few unsuccessful legal briefs, but he may have been onto something when he said the case was a frame-up, not necessarily to discredit the sailors. There were several fishy things about the trial. For example, on October 24th, 1944, after deliberating for only 80 minutes, which included lunch, the court found each of the 50 sailors guilty of conspiracy to commit mutiny. Conspiracy to commit mutiny. During the trial, the attorney for the defense raised the question of what constituted a mutiny in the first place, that there was no violence whatsoever, no attempted or planned takeover. The sailors even agreed to obey any order except to load ammunition onto ships. And after the war, most of them were released from jail and reassigned to duty, which is a striking turn of events for men who were convicted of a crime that carried the potential of the death penalty. They did serve prison time on the charge, though, and the crime remained on their records until their deaths. One, Freddie Meeks, was pardoned by President Clinton in 1999. The others most of them had already passed by that time, but the ones who were still alive refused a pardon. They didn't do anything wrong. They didn't want a pardon. And there have been ongoing efforts to address the perceived injustice. A bill to exonerate the Port Chicago 50 passed the U.S. Congress in September 2021. It's still awaiting final adjudication. One of the oddest things about the mass trial, seldom talked about, if ever, is the simple fact that no court-martial was necessary. According to naval regulations, refusing to obey an order is grounds for discharge without honor. You don't obey an order, you're out of the Navy. That's simple. Yet, President Roosevelt, Commander-in-Chief of the Army and the Navy, when he reviewed the case of the soldiers who did go back to work, he reviewed the case of the soldiers who did go back to work, and he concluded that their action was understandable. He recommended leniency. They were still subject to a court-martial, but on lesser charge. And President Roosevelt said that their action was understandable because, he said, they were activated by mass fear. Activated by mass fear. We'll come back to FDR momentarily. He was quite a punster. The mutiny charge, questionable. The mass court-martial, unnecessary. The sailors could have been disciplined without all the bother and fuss. So why go through all the trouble in the middle of the war at that? Two things that bear repeating. Keep these in mind. Number one, the Port Chicago disaster, the story of this mass explosion, historic explosion, unprecedented explosion, is best known as the story of the Port Chicago mutiny. I went to California for one of the anniversary, and I stopped by the Mare Island Museum. A friend of mine was with me. She told the librarian that I was there. I was interested in the Port Chicago disaster. The librarian immediately went to get information on the mutiny trial. in his mind, the story of the Port Chicago disaster was the story of the Port Chicago mutiny trial. When the greatest mass trial in U.S. naval history became headline news across the country, it immediately and permanently upstaged the massive explosion. The mutiny trial upstaged the history of the explosion. The jerry-rigged mutiny trial upstaged the story of the explosion for then and for all time, which may be one reason why most people are unaware that Manhattan Project scientists and engineers working on the design of the atomic bomb studied and relied on the data from the Port Chicago explosion to create the bomb. Now about that. According to William S. Parsons, Port Chicago was designed for large explosions. Port Chicago was designed for large explosions. Now, historians have interpreted that statement to mean that the base was designed to minimize any damages in case of an explosion, which makes sense. After all, that would seem to be the standard operating procedure when designing an ammunition depot where safety would seem to be a concern. But this statement is not just about any ammunition depot. He's talking about Port Chicago, where the known safety hazards went unaddressed, where untrained black sailors, alleged to be of low-quality personnel, handled high explosives without training under the supervision of inexperienced white officers, in some cases racially prejudiced officers, who had them racing to see which division could load the ammunition the fastest. Safety? That was not the concern at Port Chicago. Now, the statement's not coming from just any old source either. This was William S. Parsons speaking. He made this statement in his preliminary memo on the Port Chicago disaster, which is dated July 24th, 1944. Now, on the surface of the memo, it looks like an internal Navy document. It was addressed from William S. Parsons, USN, to Rear Admiral W.R. Purnell, USN, U.S. Navy. What you can't tell from reading the memo, which is appropriately listed among the historic documents on the Manhattan Project at atomicarchive.com, is that Captain Parsons was the head of the Manhattan Project Ordnance Division, the group that created the actual weapon. W.R. Purnell was the Navy representative on the military policy group that advised the Secretary of War, Henry Stimson, concerning the bomb. So these aren't just any old body talking. These are people who know what's going on. Now, contrary to reports by historians who say that the Port Chicago explosion wasn't that big of a deal, that Parsons went to Port Chicago out of curiosity and because he was concerned, but contrary to those reports, the Port Chicago explosion was of vital importance to the Manhattan Project. The Port Chicago explosion was of vital importance to the Manhattan Project. It wasn't just historical because it was an unprecedented explosion. It wasn't historical because of the Port Chicago mutiny. The Port Chicago explosion was critical to the development of the atomic bomb. In a 1948 speech to the Naval War College on problems and prospects in atomic energy, Parsons, who by that time had become Rear Admiral Parsons, explained why the Port Chicago explosion was important. It was not until after the explosion of an ammunition ship at Port Chicago in July 1944 that we became realistic in our estimate of the blast damage, he said. And he went on. The naval magazine at Port Chicago had built-in protection against large explosions. He further explained. With some luck, this protection was effective in preventing any secondary explosions or fires. Secondary explosions. With some luck. What's going on here? Let's be straight. Parsons did not study the Port Chicago explosion as a safety officer. He was an experimental engineer leading the urgent effort to design the world's first atomic weapon. Parsons led his team of scientists and engineers to the scene of the explosion for the same reason that scientists studied the effects of the Trinity blast and every other nuclear test, as well as the attacks on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. In his words, to obtain data on effect rather than the cause of the detonation. Wait a second. To study the effect of the detonation, not the cause of the accident. Most people who are familiar with the Port Chicago disaster assume the explosion was an accident. Now, that is not the conclusion of the court of inquiry that investigated. They came up with 6 possible causes. The least of the likely they ruled out was sabotage, which we'll have to talk about that later in my book. It's not time to go into all of that, but they had 6 possible causes. The second one was indeed that there may have been mishandling, but the first was the possible presence of a super specially sensitive substance. Nobody ever talks about that, though. So, most people familiar with the Port Chicago disaster assume, based on the untrained personnel and the amount of explosives there, they assume that it was an accident. And it's a reasonable assumption, given the high amount of explosives on the on the ship and on the pier, and given the hazardous conditions that had gone unaddressed. The young African-American sailors loading the ships were untrained for the job, which was usually handled by commercial stevedores. Union leaders had even offered to train the Navy personnel, but Navy brass rejected their offer. Safety? Instead, the young sailors loaded ammunition of all conventional kinds, including high explosives, under pressure from inexperienced white officers who sometimes erased them. So, many people describe the base as an accident waiting to happen. Or could it have been an accident designed to happen? Again, we're keeping 2 things in mind. First, that the mass mutiny trial upstaged the massive explosion. And second, that a year after the Port Chicago explosion, on July 16, 1945, the Trinity test, Manhattan Project leaders used the idea of an explosion at a remote ammunition depot as a cover for a secret nuclear test. Think about it. William S. Parsons is best known as the Navy captain who armed the little boy atomic bomb aboard the Enola Gay as that famous B-29 bomber flew to Hiroshima on the morning of August 6, 1945. That's how he's known. He was the first atomic admiral. He was the man responsible for producing the bomb. He was powerful and well-connected. He played tennis with the Secretary of Navy. But he's best known as for that heroic deed, arming the bomb on that one morning. Before he joined the project in May 1943, Parsons had been instrumental in the development of 2 other key technologies of World War II, the radar and the proximity fuse, and get this, he had been special assistant to Vannevar Bush. Now, you don't know that, you don't remember that name, but Bush headed the Office of Scientific Research and Development. That was the agency that was administered the Manhattan Project. Now, one thing we need to understand about this agency is that Bush proposed the agency to FDR. FDR signed it and assigned him to head it. It was an independent agency in the executive branch. Bush reported directly to President Roosevelt. There was no congressional oversight. It was kept top secret. And it was Bush who recommended Parsons for the Manhattan Project job. Now, traditional accounts say the Navy was left out of the Manhattan Project, but of course we know now that traditional accounts say a lot of things that just really aren't true. Various reasons are offered to explain this, but since the Navy did make several contributions to the project, including the person who was in charge of delivering the bomb. He created it and delivered it and had many of his officers that he trained to work with him. So since the Navy made so many contributions to the bomb, what's really clear is that it was not the Navy that was left out of the project. It was only left out of the story. And because of this clever omission, one of many, few people realized that the bomb, the atomic bomb, was originally conceived of as a naval weapon. That is clear from one of the first and most famous and most misinterpreted early documents about the bomb, the famous Einstein letter. You've heard of the Einstein letter. Almost every story about the history of the bomb opens with this inaccurate report that the American bomb project was the result of a letter that Albert Einstein wrote to FDR warning him that Germany may be working on an atomic bomb. There are so many things wrong with that story. Historians now agree that, for one thing, the letter was not the catalyst for the bomb at all. And I talk about that more in my book. We can't go into all of that right now, but what we do need to look at is one key phrase in the third paragraph of that letter, where Einstein wrote, well, actually, Einstein didn't write it, he just signed it, but that's another story. In the letter says, a single bomb of this type, carried by boat and exploded in a port, might very well destroy the whole port together with some of the surrounding territory. However, such bombs might very well prove to be too heavy for transportation by air. That is from the famous Einstein letter that supposedly led to the creation of the atomic bomb. What it shows is that this was the prevailing idea about the bomb in 1939, that it would be carried by boat, and that idea had not yet changed in 1943 when the Los Alamos laboratory got underway with a naval officer, William S. Parsons, in charge of creating the weapon. Now that idea takes on an even more sobering note. A single bomb exploded in a port takes on an even more sobering note in light of one of the findings of the Court of Inquiry that investigated the Port Chicago explosion. They spoke of what happened to the E.A. Bryan. The locations of fragments indicate that the explosives in the E.A. Bryan exploded as one large bomb. Of course, that could be coincidental. And if so, then there's many similar coincidences that I discovered in my investigation of the Port Chicago nuclear explosion theory. What most people also don't know, and there's many of these things that people don't know and uncovered by this research, but one of them things is that the first atomic weapon was not the little boy bomb that was dropped on Hiroshima, nor was it the Trinity, the plutonium implosion bomb that was detonated at the Trinity test. The world's first atomic weapon model was the Thin Man plutonium assembly gun model that was shelved by Manhattan Project leaders meeting at the University of Chicago on July 17, 1944. On July 17, 1944, the day of the Port Chicago explosion, Manhattan Project leaders met across the country at the University of Chicago to decide on the fate of the very first atomic bomb, which we know so little about, in which there are no fragments in museums, although it was the world's first atomic weapon. The Thin Man. William S. Parsons, head of ordnance, had been working on this project since he joined the project. He had been working on the Thin Man since he joined the project in May or June of 1943. A year later, 13 months later, 14 months later, on July 17, 1944, his primary project is discontinued, and he was absent from the meeting.
Now, that's about as far as it goes. You can do your research on the Chicago port explosion. I was really, really satisfied with what this young lady had brought out. Very important because I wasn't thinking about nuclear explosions at ports per se. Oh no, I wasn't looking at that. You know, I wasn't looking at it from that perspective per se. I remember bombings and different ports and cities, but now that we know the portals and the ports is the entryway to this, I do want to let y'all know something. You know, the Battle of Verdun is the battle at Gillespie. It's not Verdun, it's Gillespie. That's what it is. Now you can get mad at me because you don't know nothing. That's okay. I've learned to accept it. That's how my people are. They don't know nothing. They rather just be mad at Kev for bringing up and showing and displaying his mind frame. Press 1. But my man said brought this up. This is the, let me transform this and reset transform. This is the T.A. Gillespie Shell Company. Said brought this up about last year. It was last year. He said, man, this is huge. These loading plants explosion. Look at this guy in the middle. Wow. 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 Well, you can get upset with me. I don't mind anymore. You can get mad at me. Kev go too hard in his class. Well, don't go to his class then. It's not for you. He go hard in his class. You know, Coffee and Kush TV, Urban Conservative, not so much. But for this, yeah, it's T.A. Gillespie Shell Company. Let's go into that real quick before we keep it rolling. I just want to get this kind of out the way first. Let you know it's happened. It's happened again. It happened a lot. So let's take a listen at this video here.
1918, the United States found itself in the year 1918, the United States found itself in the twilight of World War I, a worldwide upheaval that sent ripples of uncertainty and anxiety throughout the globe. The tools of destruction, with their diverse origins, bore witness to the complexities of the human experience.
Now, who is these guys? These are your laborers in regular clothes with the military. There you go.
Across the nation, protection plans emerged like gentle shoots, responding to the call for munitions with a sense of purpose.
They was bringing them in on what? Trains. They actually recorded themselves because they're busted. And they wanted them to seem like they were creating history for themselves. Oh, yeah, they were building shells. This was all done. This is illegal. They were doing this underground. Look at the carts. Remember we saw that with the underground trains and stuff like that? At Gillespie. Yes. That was Chicago. Gillespie, Chicago. Remember? The underground trains. We were talking about the workers. Could they have blown it from the bottom up? Yeah, look. Those are the same trains. Look at the wheels. Okay? It's very important that you understand what they did.
Responding to the call for munitions with a sense of purpose, as the nation sought to meet the demands of the time. In the gentle month of October 1918, Morgan, a serene town in New Jersey, bore witness to the distant sorrows of a world at war. A colossal explosion swept through the
This is New Jersey.
central coastline, enveloping it in an unanticipated inferno. In that instant, Morgan discovered itself in the midst of a passing tempest, a story of fortitude within unforeseen turmoil. Amidst the peaceful shores, the T.A. Gillespie Company shell loading plant, named after its founder Thomas Andrew Gillespie, emerged as one of the several facilities dotting the landscape. This coastal location, though advantageous, stirred some concerns about its proximity to the neighboring towns, an unusual choice for the munitions factory. In June the same year, the plant's grand complex, spanning approximately 2,200 acres and embracing around 700 structures, each intricately involved in explosives production. Crafted from sturdy galvanized steel, steadfast concrete, and timeless brick, some buildings were designed with the utmost care, offering protection against unforeseen accidents and potential explosions. Brick walls fortified those housing loading rooms, melting kettles, and ammonium nitrate or TNT storage, each capable of sheltering 150,000 pounds of TNT, stood as a vigilant buffer should the worst occur. Elsewhere, structures intended for the storage of completed shells stood as a blend of wood and concrete, a choice that would later come under scrutiny in the aftermath of the tragic events. At 7:40 p.m. on October 4, Morgan and its neighboring towns experienced an unexpected tremor. Within the confines of the Gillespie plant, a solitary building known as 611 erupted into fiery inferno, casting darkness by scuffing out power and disrupting water supply lines. Brave firefighters hastened to the scene, only to be met with dwindling water pressure.
Oh, this is going to be good. This is going to be good. Oh, yeah. So if you can get past the little Indian voice, here, I got another one. This is going to show you just what it was. Let's see this one here. Let's
Be
go.
noted,
Let's go.
on October 4th, 1918, a massive explosion tore through the building 611 of the T.A. Gillespie shell loading plant in the Morgan area of Sayreville, New Jersey. The munitions plant building, which was heavily staffed to produce munitions for World War I, was flattened, killing everyone inside. Worse still, the fire was quickly spreading to the other buildings in the compound, which were
Everybody was atomized.
equally bustling with activity and stocked with enough explosives to cause severe damage as far away as its neighboring state of New York. The clock was ticking for more than 1,000 workers at the loading plant and the surrounding community. The gunpowder manufacturing industry had deep roots in this area of the country, dating as far back as 1805. The locals were well aware of the hazardous nature of the business. Many 19th century stories exist of gunpowder explosions maiming and killing those who worked with the volatile substance. Intense care was taken in the handling of it, but mishaps were not only prepared for, they were expected. Just 13 years prior to the event at the T.A. Gillespie shell loading plant, on November 21, 1905, an explosion occurred at International Smokeless Powder Company in Sayreville, killing 4. Though the dangers were well known, disasters relating to the industry peaked at a time when the nation was at war. During World War I, the munitions field was in full effect, supplying the troops overseas. Of course, the increase in production alone should be expected to lead to more mishaps due to the sheer volume of the material being handled. And an increase it certainly was. The demand for munitions was almost unachievably high. However, outside of normal occupational dangers, there was another serious concern: sabotage. The fear was so great that munitions plants in Middlesex County, which employed a total of 5,000 workers, were secured by armed guards. One well-known event that is frequently considered the work of saboteurs was a train derailment on July 31st, 1915. The train car was carrying munition workers to work at the powder plants. Spikes left on the tracks caused the train to derail. While a few were injured in the crash, fortunately, none were killed. There were a number of other events that also created concern that sabotage was taking place. One significant example was an explosion in Eddystone, Pennsylvania on April 10, 1917. which took the lives of 139 individuals and injured more than 100 others. It should be noted that while many disasters at the time were attributed to work of saboteurs, it's difficult to say for sure which were and which of them were simply accidents. There was certainly good reason to believe that these events were done intentionally as acts of sabotage, and several of them actually were. But some people push back on the notion, stating that many mishaps were the result of poor working conditions and that sabotage was a convenient scapegoat for businesses. Regardless of the reason, the loss of life that resulted from these disasters was nothing short of tragic. On that autumn evening in 1918, catastrophe would strike again on a large scale. It was 7:40 p.m. when a violent explosion shook the grounds. The resulting inferno raced toward the plant's other buildings. Quick action was needed. The plant's fire company arrived in just a few minutes to battle the fire, but their hopes were quickly dashed. When the firemen connected their hose to the fire hydrant, it only produced 10 pounds of pressure, well short of the expected 116 to 290 psi. There was insufficient pressure in the hose to create an adequate stream of water to fight the blaze. The first explosion likely burst the water supply pipe to the plant's fire hydrant. The explosion also knocked out power to the entire plant. In complete darkness and with no water, the impossible struggle began. It was obvious that the first building was a complete loss, so the firefighters switched their focus onto building 621. As they advanced toward it, however, a second, more violent explosion occurred, throwing the first responders 15 feet backwards. Subsequent explosions became more frequent, forcing
These are all
rescue
towns.
to
Look at these.
retreat.
Look at this.
It had quickly become far too dangerous to enter the area. Firefighters from surrounding towns rushed to the plant. However, they were also stopped due to the immense danger of the situation. The only people who were allowed into the scenes were clergy. It was pure chaos. Buildings of the plant entirely demolished.
There, boys, he is
Survivors
right there again.
retreating into the surrounding swamps, making their way to the nearby highways. Explosions echoed through the darkness, while priests administered last rites to the dying victims of the blast. As luck would have it, the Coast Guard station nearby quickly became aware of the situation and rushed into action. 75 Coast Guardsmen from Perth Amboy made it to the scene in no time. More than 100 additional members of the Coast Guard were summoned from Staten Island, New York, and other surrounding areas
Yeah, those are foreigners.
to aid in the disaster.
Yeah, here
They
it is.
quickly took control.
There's the Red Cross. There's the Coast Guard coming in. There it is.
Putting themselves in extreme
There's a big
danger,
Red Cross
they
here on the
evacuated
building.
nearby homes.
Bill's place. Now, who's Bill? Who's Devil Bill? Never mind.
Tended
Never
to
mind.
the wounded, towed
Never
away the Coast Guard barges that were in harm's way, and perhaps
Look,
most heroically
ye old spy in. Wow.
removed a train fully loaded with TNT from directly in the path of destruction. In extreme danger, they evacuated nearby homes, tended to the wounded, towed
Sorry about
away
that.
the Coast Guard barges that were in harm's way,
Look at this.
and perhaps most heroically, removed a train fully loaded with TNT from directly in the path of destruction. In fact,
Yellow.
Rico, I was going to say, we listening with you, but we can't see the video.
I got it. It's up there.
Yeah.
They can hear
the
it.
train was
That's
so
what matters. They can
close to
hear
the
it.
event that the rail had been damaged by the explosion and had to be repaired before the train could be moved. That evening, they displayed tremendous bravery, witnessing death firsthand and being bombarded with exploding shells. They persevered, working diligently throughout the night and well into the following day, likely saving countless lives in the endeavor. The explosions were immense. Homes and businesses were damaged up to 10 miles from the plant.
Crazy.
The day following the event, as the flames were still spreading, a plane piloted by Air Mail aviator Robert Shank left an airfield in Philadelphia to survey the damage. In his own words, upon reaching the location, he was met with a massive column of thick, greenish-colored smoke. He described the scene in further detail that conveyed the dread of the situation. The roads between South River and South Amboy seemed as busy as Fifth Avenue. They were black with people. Hundreds of autos were racing along in both directions. With a following wind, I was making perhaps 120 miles an hour. In 2 or 3 minutes, I was flying over what the day before was the world's largest TNT shell plant at an altitude of 4,000 feet. The place was unrecognizable. The whole 8 square miles that the plant covered was one vast volcanic crater of dull red flames, bursting shells, and bright flashes as one magazine after another went sky high.
This is
Big,
like war,
cavernous
bro.
holes
This is World
told
War
where
I
a
for
magazine
sure,
or
or
shop
one
once
WW.
stood. Between me and the earth was a ragged bank of vile smoke. In all, approximately 100 people died in this disaster, and more than 100 others were injured. 325 of the plant's 700 buildings were destroyed. The explosions left several enormous craters, a few 25 and 35 feet wide, but one crater, caused by the detonation of 1 million pounds of ammonium nitrate, left a crater about 150 feet wide and 30 feet deep. It was not just the T.A. Gillespie plant that was damaged, however. The entire city had felt the effects. The evening of the explosion, the entire city eventually evacuated. Upon their return, they found that most houses were structurally sound, but were missing windows and had noticeable superficial damage. The Red Cross coordinated assistance to the devastated city.
Told you, bro. The Red Cross brought them, bro. I told you. I fucking
Churches,
told
police
you, bro.
stations, schools,
I said it,
railroad
bro.
stations, a previously abandoned hotel, and other such buildings
said
in the
it, champ.
community were set up to provide temporary housing
know the
for
play.
the more
Here
than
they come.
1,000 dislocated citizens.
Pretending that they're Jews
As the
and
catastrophe
pilgrims and
took
shit.
place at the same time as the infamous Spanish flu pandemic, severe illness was a significant concern.
Look, 300 million people, new influ. Oh my goodness, the flu. How many? They need to explain 300 million people deaths, bro. I told you, bro. I told you, bro.
Not like this.
I told you, nigga. 300 million, nigga. I told you I found the bones. I told you when I found the bones that the bones talked to me. I told you they saying, Kev, you found us. They said, Kev, you ain't nobody on earth ever looked for us, bro. I told y'all that when I found all the bones, bro. Then we double backed and found all the bones in Cuba, bro. And then we double back. They 300 million, bro. They started destroying our communities and that used vagrancy laws after the fact to get the people up out of there. Meaning they used that. Oh, we got to get out of here. Get on the train. Gotta go. You never made it out the train. Kevin Gillespie is telling a story from point zero and in reverse. Press 1. Easy work. Easy work. Hit that like button.
The crowds of the newly homeless.
Again, we talked about these evacuations, these excavations, what made our people get on the train. We talked about these pandemics, the early flu vaccine, all of these things that came up dealing with Red Cross. Why are they putting it all in this? Because it's all taking place in the early 1900s, a few grandmas ago. Hit that like button.
This disease would add insult to injury as a number of dislocated families became infected and several died as a result.
50 million. Bro.
While the Red Cross provided
Let me ask y'all something. How many people died in World War I? How many people did the Bolsheviks kill? Same shit, bro. They did this, my nigga. They did this. The Red Cross, the federal government, The Bolshevik, all of them as one. The United States, I'm saying it, United States federal government released a pathogen on black people to kill them and genocide them out of existence. The Red Cross is in fact the Nazi regime, put in power by none other than the Pope, Rome, who owns the federal government by way of the Holy See. Press 1. Now y'all can sit around and live in a fantasy. I got things to do. See, God has ordained Mr. Gillespie. It's in me blood, mate. It's in me blood. They genocided you out of. Margaret Sanger is right here. So while this is going on, they hit you with sterilization. Didn't I tell you how many people like McDonald's? How many people did they do this to? They murdered everybody. The explosions, the perilous states. Here comes the the influenza, okay, and the genocide, and then the Black Death, and then there's millions of you missing because the hospitals had to put all y'all on trucks and develop product for Mr. Fauci down there, who in Wuhan, who want to take blood, stem cells, and everything else. No, you gonna believe in God when I'm finished. There ain't gonna be nothing left. You ain't gonna have no other God but the God that the Bible speaks of when I show you the truth. Here it is, nigga. This is what I tell black men. How dare you sit in my classroom and act like I'm not teaching nothing? How dare y'all take me? You see why I feel I'm taken for granted? See? Because I'm right. I'm missing 400 million of King George's people who were murdered, bro, and genocided and put on trains and put in fucking fires underground and destroyed, and wonder why we ain't got shit. Tupac said, somebody got to explain why I ain't got shit. Well, I'm doing a great job. Press 1. No, but hell no. I let my sweater go. Press 1. This is good work. Shout out to Russell Bruce with that $25 donation. Abdullah for keep going, bro. Shout out to you and TC and shout out to Deborah Nichols. Shout out to y'all for supporting this broadcast, this truth, bro. Supporting this truth. Anybody gonna tell you what happened to you? I am. Thank you, Royal Purple, for supporting me, bro. Sis, I just say bro a lot, but you know, that's what I mean. When the sister take her little, Kev, you be talking too much, or pay, that's my Patreon. If I don't want to take $5, I don't want to. If I don't want to take $10 to get these notes, I would stay up. We stay up all night, a lot of us, bro, to do and say these things on tomorrow's show. I ain't giving them nothing, man. Fuck that. This shit free. It is free, bro. Give out the kindness of your heart, bro, but don't think I gotta be your friend. That's facts, bro. You're not about to take advantage of me personally. Take the knowledge and wisdom. I give you that, but you're not about to fake it to make it.
Much needed aid to the needy in the area.
I was standing up here and fighting for over 300, 400 million aborted fetuses by Margaret Sanger and Planned Parenthood. Y'all up here looking at me like I said something against you and your feelings because you a part of it. I don't give a damn how many of abortion you had. I know why. I'm not talking about you. I don't got to the root of the problem. And you in my way. I don't care about your little made up face or your makeup you got on when you trying to hide all the aborted fetuses you had. I'm telling the truth, bro. I don't care. Y'all don't even believe in the same God I believe in. My God got me doing this. Y'all God got y'all shutting the fuck up and doing bad things, bro. My God got me speaking out against the world, bro. Your God got you trembling in your boot, scared, nigga. And your God is you. So your God and you is a fucking coward. I don't fuck with cowards. I don't fuck with busters. I can't integrate. Press 1. I ain't no integrating with no God, no person who believe he God walking around this earth talking shit and still paying rent. Press 1. Shut up. God ain't gave him no knowledge and wisdom, just knowledge that he's got. Get out of town. Press 1. All of this is genocide. This is war against the people. This is the destruction of all the ports. This is where all your sailors is. This is the disconnection and where they at. Now they got a whole fucking underground tunnel of rats and army men living under you, and you sitting around, oh man, I wonder who's snitching and who niggas don't deserve to live. You don't deserve to be on earth fighting for nothing. You deserve to work for the bank. Shut the fuck up and be a slave. That's what you deserve. You too quiet to be under servitude. You too relaxed. I wake up. Look how fly I am. I can be doing anything, but I'm mad, nigga. I wake up with purpose, nigga. I wake up mad, nigga. I wake up mad just so I can get on this internet and do this. Ain't no other man I know wake up with this type of shit on his heart. Most niggas wake up with nothing on their heart. So they got to do bad things. You feel me? But I'm trying to tell you, after finding Mr. Gillespie in history, don't get mad at me because you can't find Mr. Mosley and because you want to fool around. You can't find Mrs. Hunter and Mr. Hunter because y'all want to fool around. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Okay? How were they doing this in the early 1900s and stuff like, man, you'd be surprised. They had material to destroy every port right there. Press 1. You wasn't supposed to do nothing with these people at all. You weren't supposed to do nothing with them. Otherworldly shit. Where's this? There it is. Because you afraid of your slave master. That's why. That's why you can't say nothing. You trying to get me to be afraid of the same things you're afraid of. See, you don't got the balls to stand up to the whole federal system and say, you're under arrest, sir. Press what? Fuck that. Nah, bro, you a coward. Y'all cowards. Y'all work with them. Y'all, this system ain't lawful. They took over our system, your kingdom. You don't deserve a patriarch. You deserve a matriarch. You don't deserve to live. You don't deserve reparation. You deserve food stamps. That's what you deserve. You deserve to live under the same women that's been with these people, disregarding your sons forever and ever, because you don't deserve no lineage. What you need a name for, you ain't gonna fight for it. I'm fighting for the Gillespie name every day that I wake up. I'm not just saying it. I know I got a microphone and a camera, and right here I fight for it. Look on the screen. How they use bombs to destroy you. Look, I put the evidence right there in the cartoon too. See? 1WW plots. There it is. You see them? You see, that's the cartoon. That's them. You understand? That's the cartoon. Behind Liberty is a what? Man with a what? One of these cannonball. This is them, bro. You see, you afraid. I'm not afraid. I got something to live for. See, I got something to do. I got purpose. And it ain't fucking around playing with people who are playing in life. Look what we found. The whole takeover. We pretty much, the American Revolution and World War I is the overthrow of all of the mines and workers. They took over all the mines and the railroads. They bombed all of, oh my goodness. Press 1, time to get active. Y'all making me mad. Press 1, they making me mad. They ain't gonna be able to hold on to Kevin in a minute. They ain't gonna be able to hold on. It's time, family. I told y'all to do y'all research. Not copy and paste. Press 1. SG, you putting too many. You ain't calling in, SG. You playing around. We got a victim. We got a victim. Hold up, said I'm finna put you on the air. SG playing. We got a victim. We got a victim. Doing all that talking, ain't doing no homework, ain't gonna make it here. Press 1. Coffee and Kush TV, you on the air. What up?
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hey, what's up, Kevin said?
That's right. Go ahead.
So I got a question, bro.
Yes, sir.
So these munition plants, are they really post office?
Yes.
You remember?
Yes.
You remember the send the silver to make the bullets.
Yes, sir.
So these are actually post offices converted during wartime to be munitions plants.
Go ahead. You got the flow.
It seems like they took like these different places and they turned them into munitions plants and took over the postmaster general position.
That's right. Mr. Butts.
It was leased out. Yeah, leased out. The land in the buildings leased out, and they robbed them with the send in the silver and make the bullets, and they never paid it back. They never I guess acknowledged the bonds.
The Liberty Bonds.
Yes.
Go ahead.
So, okay, so you remember that picture you put up yesterday with the 12 numbers on it, with the guy he's standing on the sun and all
You know
that?
what's funny? You know what's funny? I was just about to pull that up for the people right now as you speak. So of course I remember. Go ahead.
So number one was San Francisco, right?
Wait. Is that? Was it?
So it looks like. I mean, somewhere in there that could be San Francisco. That could be the timeline right there.
And how they was gonna do it?
Or well, not how they were gonna do it, which is they hit places and they turned all 12 of those places into Federal Reserve banks.
Let me pull it up on the screen. This is dope, bro.
It's crazy to think that they would use like the propaganda, like the space propaganda and all that and the bombs coming from out the sky making people look in one way and they coming from a whole different way.
Where they coming from?
From underneath.
From underneath the ground.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that could also explain flooding too. Like they blowing up sewer systems.
There you go. And the water is coming up from the bottom. And the fire is coming up from the bottom. And that's, you know what that does with fire, molten metals, and this atomic, that's more explosion.
Yeah. And you remember they were saying like what was that gas they would use? He was just saying something like ammonium gas.
Yeah.
It was like ammonium gas.
Yes. Gas masks.
like
That's
they
why
gas
they had all them gas masks.
Yeah.
Because it was protecting them from the gases that was coming from the bottom.
Yes, sir.
Makes perfect sense.
So with that too, like with that ammonium gas, remember I sent you that video when you were saying like, I want to figure out how they got the skin off of these people.
Yes.
And I put in the maceration. I put maceration in there. So that possibly looks like with ammonium gas like that.
Take the skin
and
right
them
off.
Dipping the people in water, it take the skin right off.
Making them look like walking around zombies. You got to put them down.
Mm-hmm. And they explained they
oh my goodness,
science on making like the whatever they talk about this primordial ooze and all that.
My
That's
goodness.
The skin of the people. That's the people's skin. They talk about the primordial black ooze, and I remember you and I forgot who that was yesterday were talking about how they use like this black tar to do the streets and stuff like that.
Oh, like coal.
Yes.
We're gonna talk about how they use coal to how they used black bodies to oh my goodness, I can't even say it, bro. Go ahead, bro. This is insane. Remember all of the trains was running off of coal. Remember every engine was running off of coal, and we had better engine. We had electric cars, so we didn't need that. And now we know why they were using coal. Why were they using coal? Because they were burning the bodies, bro. They were burning it.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Oh my goodness.
For that many people, you will have to figure out a ingenious way to hide it all. That's mind blowing, Kev.
What did you think about Gillespie, Chicago, and the Revolutionary War? That's the start of this the Civil War, Revolutionary War. That these workers. What do you think about that, Sid? This another Gillespie town in Chicago, Verdun.
Chicago isn't like Chicago the meeting up place for all of the rail lines.
Well,
like your
say it again.
Main hub.
Okay, so that takes us to what? Said the rail wars. Yes, the railroad wars. This is the railroad wars. You never heard of it?
No.
You know why? Because they're all the same thing, sir. It's all a part of the same thing. The labor wars, the railroad wars. Now I'm finna put the railroad wars on the screen, right? Could you see your screen right now?
Hold on. Let me look.
Look at Kev. Told y'all I was gonna get him. Press 1.
Royal George.
Huh?
Isn't that the same time around Statue of Liberty too?
Sir, 1886. Participants: Denver, Rio Grande, Western Railroad, Artesia, Topeka, Santa Fe Railroad, Central Pacific Railroad, Sacramento Valley Railroad, Rock Island Railroad, and of course, the Oregon Truck Railway, which is Mr. Gillespie's, or George Washington Gillespie's, going through Oregon. So, what do we have here, sir? Talk to me.
Yeah, the conspiracy.
This is the greatest conspiracy of all time, sir. The greatest one.
I can see it in my head, Kev.
Of course.
I can see it.
So the railroad and the union worker wars and all this is all the same thing. This is the Civil War. These are all Civil War.
So the actual.
Go ahead.
So the actual swamp is the people, is the IWW people.
Yes.
That's the swamp.
Yes.
Those are, and you remember, what was that you were talking about?
Remember Swamp Man? Go ahead.
I did some homework. What's the thing you were talking about yesterday? The bone. What is it?
Oh, it's what was the name of them bones? What was that? What was the name? Damn it. We gonna get it. It'll take some time for it to come.
The Mortmain. It's the Centralia.
Centralia.
The Mortmain. The Mortmain district. Centralia is hand bones.
It's what?
Hand bones.
What is that?
A hand.
Oh, hand bones. That's dead hands.
It's the grip that George had.
Bam, because he had all of their bodies. He had all of the bodies buried in probably Frisco, northern Frisco. That's why they were
like
a mortuary. Huh? Say it again.
I mean, as far as like the trust.
Of course. They put their trust in him. They die. It's left in the hands of a good man, George. So George funds the whole operation. Go ahead.
And all the different parts of Centralia are all his. All the Centralia in PA, Chicago, they're his. Washington.
Yes, sir. The railway system is his as well. Because
yes, sir,
they are all leased on his land, which he was the pioneer of the whole thing.
And they were supposed to pay him for anything they changed.
Bingo.
They added in all the railways, and he's supposed to have a cut of that.
Yep. Of everything. You're on his property. Carnegie and these boys all leased land from him. That's why when he died, they had to overthrow the whole system and form a government and place you in bondage and used
Because
the
it all
dead
came
bodies
after 1905.
and took the bodies and bonded them.
Everything happened after 1905.
Everything
They
after
had
the
the
fall
panic
of
in
George.
1907, J.P. Morgan.
See,
Every time we get a panic, it's an overthrow.
it's an
And there's
overthrow.
a world fair
Yeah.
right before it. It's always a world fair, then a panic, and things change.
Oh my goodness. So we got the Rail Wars said. We got the Illinois Coal Wars, known as Illinois Mine Wars, all and other several names. These are all labor disputes. The Battle of Verdun of Gillespie, October 12th, not
crazy about
1898,
that?
bro. And the Pana Massacre on April 10, 1899, bro. This is all coal miner revolution shit, bro. Go ahead, bro.
Miners and sappers.
Huh?
Miners and sappers.
What you mean?
Miners and sappers. So the sappers were people that, the underminers, those are the subverters.
Got you.
Because the sappers and the miners are military. They're an army.
Got you.
Yeah, I looked up miner in the 1828 last night, and it gave you have the miners and the sappers. They're part of the army. You have the runaways, the people that
Hard
don't,
labor, hard laborers.
They're indentured. Yeah, they don't. They the ones that ran away on their indenturedism. They're indentured.
Yes, they got to work the
current.
mines.
Yep, 7 years.
How long?
7 years.
Until the debt was paid. That's law.
Yes.
What I tell you, how long was
So
I on the
you got
run
your
for?
runaways
How long was I on the
all
run for?
orchestrated.
How long was I a runaway slave for?
7 years.
And then I went to court and they
7
said what?
years.
What they say, said?
No jurisdiction.
We have no jurisdiction over
They
you.
have no jurisdiction over
Ah, it's written, champion. This is real, sir. Damn.
I didn't. You know what, Kev? So I was listening to the show back last night, and everything just started clicking with you and B.
Yes.
Everything just started clicking.
Yes.
It's like, oh, the Moors are workers.
Say it again.
It has nothing to do with the Moors are workers.
Yes.
It has nothing to do with the. It's nothing. It's not personal.
Yes. So
I got it.
So the railroad wars, the miners' wars, are all wars against the Gillespie estate.
Yes.
So they're trying to steal the estate and put his people in bondage, the freemen and the sovereign people of George.
Yes.
And the banks have no jurisdiction over them, especially over petty crimes and things that of superior law and jurisdiction, and so they have no jurisdiction over. Even the Moors is trying to act out of sovereignty, but even then they can't because they're not sovereigns. They can just like get a pass from those people. They couldn't. The Moors couldn't get a pass from King George.
No.
Ever.
That's part of the reason why he had to cut them off.
That's why they were cut off, cutting off the cherry tree. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And it seems like those the cut off people are the people that are fighting in Palestine right now.
Yes.
The Turks pushed off in. Those are the cut off people. Those are the roamers, the wanderers.
The wanderers. Yes, sir.
Wanderers, yeah. That's them right there.
And they're all trying to get money from who?
From George.
From George, bro. So by oh my goodness, bro. So this is what we
all
dealing
through
with.
staged conflict.
All through what? Staged conflict.
Staged conflict.
Theater.
Straight theater. You got your miners and your sappers.
So they made us minors in law, black. This is why, because they were minors. They were workers in prison. Workers, indentured workers, criminals, forced to work and work off the
If you're
debt.
a minor, you're dead.
And if you're a minor, you're what? You're dead in
You're
law.
dead.
Oh my
you're in a
goodness.
hole.
So you're in the hole.
You're in a hole.
You're in the hole. How many essays and black people been in the hole? You're in the hole, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So they took your position and you became a minor, dead in law that doesn't exist. Incredible.
But that even goes back to what you was trying to tell Rio earlier.
Go ahead.
If you're in the hole, you can't pull yourself out there.
No, you need a redeemer.
Yes, sir.
You cannot pull yourself out of the hole. You're going to the hole, sir. You're in the hole. You're in the negative on the balance sheet, bro.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about this, said.
Yes, sir.
We didn't know it was this deep. Oh, have we came a long way, champ.
A very long way.
We came, all of us like, whoa, to the Royal George, bro.
I haven't seen. I have to look at that one.
The Royal George is Colorado, and the Royal Wars was so-called competition to build a line through Royal George, resulting in a railroad war in the late 1870s, bro.
Sure.
So Royal George is a place. This is insane, bro. These are all black people land. These are our lands, bro. Not saying that we are Indians. No. We are people of George, bro. Our forefathers were indentured workers to George and worked their way into freedom, into emancipation, and was able to buy a lot from George and live and get loans from George interest free and be able to take care of our family. That's facts, bro. Don't that sound more logical?
That sounds completely logical.
Shit.
You get a land grant, and it's what is it? It's a life estate.
Yes, it's a life estate.
Just you.
Just you, champ. One at a time, right?
Yes, sir.
You work that debt off. You work that transportation off. You emancipated. You are what you call a man, American, as they would wanted you to say, huh? Upright in law. You know law. You know the good works. You know the Bible. You know what it takes to run a household. You gone. Now you're emancipated. Not fucking you are standing up by Abraham Lincoln. You was already free by the king. Emancipation is by way of King George, not Abraham Lincoln. Fool. Sorry, man. I digress.
Well, based upon the grandeur of the territory and how all these buildings are already there, you can look back at San Francisco and all the people talking about the Tarkarians, and they want to go and say like, "Oh, look at this building."
Yes,
that shows you that the system has been here for so long.
Yes.
So how could there be like why would Abraham Lincoln even have anything to do with that?
He didn't have nothing to do with superior law, but by George founded the nation. He set the play. That's insane.
You know who comes out of we talking about Abraham Lincoln, but you know who comes out of the Centralia too?
Who?
You got Joseph Gillespie.
Go ahead.
And he's said to have. Remember, he jumps off the window with Abraham Lincoln.
That's the one.
Yeah.
That's the one that you said they could never catch.
Could never catch him.
Go ahead. What else happened?
Those are your princesses, bro. That's it. That's your family of landholders, and they're your landlords.
These are your
collected
landlords.
all the parish rent, everything. They handled the entire system.
So he set the play, built the cities, had the people living, can deliver mail to them because he had the postal. He had coming all the way from the east, all the way west. He had the whole trail.
Yes. So that makes me think about the Latter-day Saints too, because that's Gillespie too. That would be
John.
Yes. That's the westward movement.
That will be the westward movement. That'll be John Gillespie.
Yeah.
Yes.
All subverted.
And you said Latter-day Saints.
You said what?
LDS, Latter Day Saints. Look,
Yeah.
look, it's on. It's the first thing that come up. John Gillespie, Church of Jesus Christ Company, John Gillespie Company, church history. Bruh. A wagon church trade.
Counterfeit Gillespie. There's a lot of counterfeit Gillespie. They're all Nazis.
I mean, they will take a George Gillespie name. They will take the Latter-day Saints Gillespie. They only need where it was accessible. They need the church. They take John. They take George. There's more familiar names.
Lewis.
Lewis. John Lewis. Well, yes. That's from the Purple Heart. I mean, what did Lewis do? What is that?
He got the Medal of Honor.
The Medal of Honor. He is the creator of the Medal of Honor.
Yes, sir.
It was called the Gillespie Medal before it was called the Medal of Honor, sir. What is the Gillespie Medal, sir? It's the highest honor you can receive in the military.
Yes, sir. With the reef.
With the what?
With the reef.
Reef says you're king. The reef signifies Caesar.
El Dorado.
El Dorado. City of Gold, San Francisco. With the gold, El Dorado is the city of George because it's Centralia. Because it had the ground was made of gold, like and the whole place was made like heaven on earth. Talk to me.
It sounds like Milk and Honey.
Huh?
The golden pearl.
The golden, well, that deals with the black pearl. The black pearl. What does that deal with? What does the black pearl say?
That's the ghost ship.
What about that's the unknown place? That's the ghost ship.
Okay.
Okay, so you looking for, what was it called? It was called the Black Pearl, right?
Yeah.
But
wow, yeah, that's.
Go ahead.
So Centralia.
Uh-huh.
Those are your ghost ships.
That's
right?
that the United States sitting on. Simultaneous. Yes, Central. He owns it. I'm the man, bro. You absolutely right, Jeff. John Gillespie, 1868. See, pioneer. He's a pioneer. He's the fucking guy who built the Latter-day Saints, who controlled all of your birthrights. Remember? Who changed the dolls? Who changed the dolls? The new Latter-day Saints who came over. Who said they were Latter-day Saints, but they was really Bolsheviks and all this other shit. Bro.
Yeah, and they set up the Vatican.
And they set up the Vatican and the Holy See right here and gained control over heaven, our George's kingdom. Now they can take control of your dead. They placed the dead in Rome. Said this is necropolis. See?
Oh, man.
Company arrived at Salt Lake City, Utah. What is Salt Lake City? That's Judah, bro. That's Utah.
Yeah.
Moab. Everything is in Salt Lake City.
The Dead Sea.
The Dead Sea. That makes sense, bro. All this other spooky shit. All this living on Turtle Island and shit. Nah, bro, that ain't us, bro. We a special people, champ.
You know, that makes sense, though, because if they have the Dead Sea there, that gives you, that would give you maritime jurisdiction. Salt water.
Salt water.
On the land.
So you talking about something, and you got Ezekiel. You read that? You read up on that?
I haven't done too much on Ezekiel, but I know what we talked about in class. What we talked about in class.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
That's all that's needed. Shiva just sent me something on my Discord, and it has something to do with what is this here? Let me see. It has something to do with the fires and them evacuating all of the black people out of San Francisco. Wow. See?
When was this? What year was it?
The San Francisco fires of 19, I forget the exact date. We wasn't supposed to be in San Francisco though, remember? We ain't even supposed to be here. See, but it's how you retrace history. Let me do this real quick.
I'm blown away, Kel.
Me too. We really doing some research and really putting this down in a way. I never thought it'd come like this, but I knew it was big. But I didn't know this was the end of us and the beginning of them, because they said in our minds, we from Africa, they were pilgrims and Columbus, and then the Moors did this, and then this and that and this, and then to come to find out, bro, this was us 100 years ago. It's very eye-opening. It's very eye-opening, bro. The gases was choking the people out. They had to get them out of there. Then they said the Asians was up here at this time. These are all black people, bro. In nice suits and ties, bro. They said the Asians was up here. This was the Asians and the Polish, and then these here go our people in suits and ties. Ain't no carriages here. They drove cars and stuff. Ain't no carriages here, bro.
Yeah, old cell phones already.
Come on, G. They got power lines up top, bro. The same power lines that's in South Central right now, bro. Same ones, champ.
Right.
They did this to us, and that's what we are have set out to prove. And I so appreciate this call just for calling in and being a part of this. Thanks, Sid.
No problem, Kev.
My
Appreciate
man.
you.
Yes, sir. See, this is what I'm talking about. See this? See? Messed up. No, you don't let the cab roll in the door. Press 1. They don't let cab roll in the door. Press 1. Oh, it ain't Black Pearl that they was worried about. Press 1. What they was worried about was you're a blessing with this information. What they was worried about is black diamonds. Press 1. Say it with me. Black diamond. Press 1. That's what they was looking for. Coal. Like Martin. Coal. We gonna get to this. We gonna get to the complete destruction and what they was after. Everything. This is such a great time to be alive. What a blessing this is to even ponder these types of things. Shout out to the people who support this broadcast. That takes us over to even diamonds and pearls. Press 1, Black Diamond. Press 1 in the city of King County, Washington. Press 1. So we're going to be doing a lot of why they did it and the use of coal. How was coal carbon used to get rid of the black body or atomize the population? Coffee and Kush TV, Kevro University. If you ain't supported this broadcast today, shame on you. This was the best information I ever heard, and I'm gonna keep pushing this information. Shout out to Russell Bruce. Shout out to Royal Purple, Jamie Lee, Nelda B, all of y'all who support this broadcast. In a way, this is information people don't get a chance to hear, see, especially from our people. We always get the silliness, rap music, and in my life, it's a time to play, have fun, be serious. It's time for everything, So in the morning, just what I do: get up, wake up, do my classrooms, and we get back to it. If anybody want to call in, let it be known right now. 424-209-9506. Area code 424-209-9506. My support is supposed to be at $10,000 already, but it's all good. I settled for what I got. What I got for the people was crazy. You feel me? I'd encourage you to sell everything and come on the Kev Road. Press 1. Yeah. Yeah. Boy. I might as well just go work at Taco Bell. Press 1. Hit the like button. I'd rather just work at Taco Bell. Y'all do me so dirty out there. Take my information for free and just run off. That's cold. 424-209-9506. Area code 424-209-9506. A lot of information that just came across the airwaves. Said enough. I'm sure there was a lot of brothers in here who had some awakening moments during this. We said a lot. I don't want to say too much because I want to see if it's worth my time to even come back and give you some more great content in this manner. 424-209-9506. This is true. Talk to me. You got to be a Gillespie to get in. They better not ever say, all right, Kev, you can bring whoever you want with you. And you ain't said nothing in my chat room, I'm not taking you with me. Fuck that. I know you know. You're not going. I don't give a damn what you supported me with. You're not calling in and not taking part in this selling of the ship. Oh, you done fucked up. Coffee and Kush TV. You on the air. What up? I'm not taking you.
Hey, what's up, Professor?
What's up? I'm talking to my audience, and people think because they on my YouTube page, they going to be like, Kev, remember me? I was thinking, I don't remember nothing. Go ahead, champ. Go ahead. Talk to me.
Hey, I was calling because I still got a question. I don't understand why did King George let all of the foreigners come over here?
To work, sir. What you mean?
But I'm saying, why? They heathens. Like, I don't understand why he let them come over here for work and then they start fucking shit up.
He not the
and then
only
they did a
heathen.
whole
You got a potty mouth. You a heathen too. You ain't got no respect.
Okay.
First thing you talking to me like I'm your nigga or something like I'm not. You talking about a heathen like you know everybody personally. Worry about yourself. Why would he let you in? How you holding judgment and you don't even have a name of no importance? Who are you?
What you talking about? I'm talking
to you, nigga. I'm talking to you. What is your name, Negro? Who are you?
What my name got to do with any of it?
Nigga, you worried about a heathen. I'm trying to see if you won.
So my name gonna tell you if
That's
I'm a heathen?
right. Yo,
My
vocal.
name Brian.
No,
Brian
you know
Harrell.
your spirit is gonna let me know if you a heathen or not. Your name is gonna let me know if you even worth talking to.
I mean, I'm letting you be an asshole constantly.
You ain't let me do nothing, nigga.
What you mean?
Shut up, nigga. I'm an asshole when I want to be. Don't you forget it. You ain't letting me do nothing, nigga. Nothing. I do what I gotta do, champion. I do it this way. You don't let me do nothing. You have no relevance here. So it don't matter what your mouth want to say. So what? I don't care. You a heathen. Nothing. You a heathen. You a fake Hebrew Israelite. You a heathen. Press 1. 424. Oh, Mufasa. Oh, say it again. Press 1. Oh, press 1. Why would George do this one? Why you wake up with that on your spirit? Why are you worried about why George is a good man? Why are you worried about if George is a good man and how good of a man? Why don't you be a good man and take after the ways of the king? Coffee and Kush TV, you on the air. What up?
Bro, what is your problem? What's your problem? Like, if you supposed to
Sir,
be
I'm not,
your people,
you're not my people, sir. I don't know you. I
How
don't know you.
Nigga, I got led here.
I don't care about what you got led here by. I don't know you.
Real.
Coffee and Kush TV, Cairo University. Mr. Gillespie, you on the air. What up?
All right, what's up, kid? It's Rio calling back in.
Oh, Rio, talk to me. Give me some info.
All right, so I heard saying what he said. He said I would need a lot which would, and then the Redeemer. But I'm trying to figure that out because it's like I was already on the run for 7 years when I was in Michigan. So I'm trying to just put it in perspective because like
I'm not here to solve court cases, sir. I'm not here to solve. Give me some info on my subject matter. That's it. That's it. I'm talking about something greater than a Rio court case. Then you understanding what you trying to be me. You can't do that.
Not like this.
That's not for you.
Not like this.
What? That's not for you. You're not there, champion. That's not for you. What do you think you're doing? You're trying to get on this level. You're chasing the wrong thing. You're going to court, and you will be spoken for, sir. What about this one? I have favor with God, champion. That's different, champion. That's different. I'm trying to tell you, I'm different, champion. I got favor with God, champion. This was meant for me. You trying to do what you think you can do by way of listening to me speak and say, "Oh, he did it. It's just 7 years," and then no, my walk was in line with a specific walk, champion. It has nothing to do with you. You can't do this. Just do your work. Now, we did a whole blast of Gillespie, said, just called in. See, some of y'all got alternative meanings in y'all brain, and it's going to show. You think I'm here to be what's wrong with you? With some snagger-tooth fool? What's wrong with me is I got it right, and you don't. You need to get it right. You need my help. I don't need yours. Nigga, that's the problem. Don't ask me what's wrong with me. It's different. It's cool when you do it, but I'm going to keep that same energy and ask you what's wrong with you. And you ain't going to be able to answer that at all. But how you become so illiterate? Why you worried about the white man and calling him a heathen, and you ain't worried about the heathen that's in you? Press 1, and you want to be my friend. I want to be your friend. You got a nasty spirit, and it's very hateful. Press 1. You're a hateful person. And that don't work here. Main thing about you niggas who was raised with your mama, you're always trying to call back like a baby mama because I'm going to hang up in your shit. Press 1. You're like a woman. The woman traits you got, I'm going to break you, boy. I am going to break it. Press 1. All them little woman traits you got. Yeah, them niggas just remind me of baby mama shit. Don't call me back after I hang up in your face, nigga. You ain't a part of this. I don't owe you no emotional fortitude like that. Nigga, do your work. Get off my dick. Press 1. Man, I'm from South Central, so it come off like this. And I love the East Coast, so it's just coming off different. Get off my dick, little man. Press 1. You don't have no authority to raise your voice over here. You ain't did your homework. And when you don't do your homework, you're a non-factor. Don't worry about nobody else and why George felt this way. Don't worry about. That's like asking why God got favor with you. Why he got favor. Why if you can't forgive your brother, why would God forgive you? You just as a heathen as he is. You don't know no law. You worried about the heathen and ain't said nothing about nothing. Nothing. A heathen. Niggas read the Bible, see heathen, become a Hebrew Israelite, and try to bash white people. Ain't that a bitch? Man, that's how you make friends? Ain't that a bitch? Somebody done told you wrong. Press 1. Most of you niggas talking about the heathen is the monkey-minded heathen Germanic mind frame anyway. To me, you're a heathen. To me, I'll take Todd and his whole lineage over you any day. I'm on some damn heathen. I'll take Corey. I'll take Corey over you any day. You supposed to, your head supposed, that's why God cut him off. That's why God cut them off, because they so worried about everybody else. They ain't worried about nothing. Talk that shit. Talk that shit. And you gonna call back and be a man. Tyron Crockett, you on the air. What up?
Hey, what's good, Kev? How you doing today?
Talking to the weak black men, trying to call people heathens, but they the heathens. What's up, champ?
It's all good. You speaking strength to everybody.
Yes.
All right, so I just want to talk.
Yeah, that's what I do this for. That's what I do this for. He really asking Kev, you care about white people too? Yeah, I care about them more than I care about a heathen, a fake heathen Israelite. Press 1. I sure do.
Yes,
I didn't come just for one person. I came to bring this knowledge to the whole world, nigga. Don't you? You don't like me. Y'all don't like me. I go to those who accept me, champ. I've been that way my whole life. Niggas, stop acting. I gotta wear special shoes to get in your party. I gotta stand a certain way. The people who accepted me wasn't you. So don't try to come back because you see me shining and say, this is ours. No, I'm everybody's, bro. Go ahead, King.
Hey, you know what? Maybe he'll have a newfound respect if he actually looked at his name like he told me to do, and I actually thought my sort of arms too. So thank you.
Well, you're gonna have to speak up. Your phone giving out, but go ahead.
Oh yeah, I got a raggedy little phone. Sorry about that. So I just wanted to call in about the San Francisco fires.
Yes, you
San
know.
Francisco fires.
Go ahead.
7 severe of them in 1851.
Go ahead, champ.
You said you didn't know what date. So I just wanted to say 1851 was the date, and it was the main business district. It was about $10 to $12 million worth of damages. What they set fire on, and it was the 18-block radius. These fires burned for about 10 hours apiece. Again, I want to say it was 7 of them, and about 2,000 buildings was all burned down altogether. And I just wanted to drop some quick information, let you know I'm in class, and I'm trying to keep up. So thank you for everything. Can you hear me, kid?
No homework? No, that ain't no homework. Y'all writing down silly little notes. That ain't no homework. No, nigga, that ain't no homework right there. Oh, no. Oh, no, that ain't what I want. Hell no. I don't. Don't you call back in all week, Tyron Crockett, until you get some new homework, notes taking skills. Going back to the bungalows. That ain't what I want. I want real homework. Y'all write 1 or 2 things down. Don't show me you paying attention in class. Show me you doing your work. I've been here for 4 years. 4 years, and this information don't made its way all the way back to your desk. And y'all back here, oh yeah, I just want to show you I'm in class. Don't show me you in class. You know, show me that work. Where's that presentation though? Press 1. That hurt right there. That's why I urge people day by day, tell the fellas, come on, bro. So they don't sound like that. Each male should be talking for 5 minutes and plus with information. 5 minutes plus. I'm up here talking for how long I've been up here? 2 hours and 48 minutes. Facts. All the males called, the last male call in, he ain't talking about nothing. Talking about what's wrong with me. What's wrong with me is you in my classroom. Press, that's what's wrong with me. You in here. Coughing because I hate them. When I say I hate them like God hate Esau. Coffee and Kush and Edom. Coffee and Kush TV, you on the air. What up?
Hey, how you doing, my brother?
I'm not your brother. What you want, sir? Come with that homework.
Okay, I got you.
Hurry up.
Yeah, I used to live in an area right near Port Chicago.
Uh-huh.
And, you know, I'm not going to lie. When I lived there.
Sir, where's your homework, sir?
Like
I don't want to know about your family reunions or nothing. I don't give a fuck about nothing you talking about. I want to be your friend. I want to be your brother. This ain't no motherfucking Prince song. Press one. This ain't that. Told you I'm free. I don't care. The only thing I care about is what that black woman. Why y'all niggas sound like girly men? How the old black woman got all them questions and you don't have nothing? Press one. I was about to show y'all some great content. I was about to go in. I can go I got another 2 hours I was supposed to do right now. I was supposed to do that. Coffee and Kush TV. You on the air? What up?
Hey, Cam, this is Brianna from Richmond, Virginia.
Oh my
Just
goodness!
calling in.
A warm voice. I love it. Thank you, sister. Please help me. Please go. What you got? What you got, sister?
Well, I love, the warm voice, but I don't have much. I'm in the back of the class side. I'm probably behind Ty, honestly.
You might be,
but I've been
but
watching you.
but it's
I've been
it's
watching
gonna be
you
better.
since 2019.
All right.
Yeah, I've been following you. Now, today, I was able to catch a live stream because, I can't really catch much. But I'm looking on Google, and I'm looking at the Black Diamond, and it says the Black Diamond is an artificial lake created from a disused open-cut mine.
From a what?
The water has a low. It says the Black Diamond is an artificial lake created from a disused open-cut mine.
Ah, go ahead.
So I'm looking at it. It says Black Diamond Lake is located 5 kilometers west of Coley and Allenson.
Okay.
Making the turn onto Ferguson Road. And I'm just skimming through the article, and that's the first thing that popped up. It says, swimming is permitted. Signs do warn that people swim at their own risk because due to the past mining activities, Black Diamond is an artificial lake created from a disused open cut mine. Now, I haven't been able to watch all your live streams, but I know we were speaking on the migration of trains and the train war and mining and coal. And
Yes,
I'm like, wow,
yes.
that just stuck out to me.
Well, shit. That you just woke. It's from an old mine, huh?
Yeah, Black Diamond is an artificial lake created from a disused open cut mine. So it's basically it says the water has a low pH. Those with sensitive skin cannot swim due to their exposure to the water.
What does that mean to you? What you think that means?
The water in places is very deep and can be very cold. That lets me know it's deep. It's connected to land for sure.
Yes.
That goes deep to the bottom of the surface.
Yes.
Because it says it is exposure to coal. It lets me know they named it Black Diamond, so it has some significance
Yes.
of the location.
Yes.
Why is it located near
There
coal?
must be an
Why
old
was it
coal
cut that
mine.
way?
Because Black
Right.
Diamond, Shiva just sent me something as we're speaking, and it says here that coal is called Black Diamond. So if it's coming from oh my goodness, that makes sense.
Now, Cav, I've been watching you for 4 years. Did you already know this? What I'm telling you?
That's wrong. That's
You
wrong.
was on.
That's wrong for you to ask me that.
Because I'm so stuck on trying to figure out, is this dude really, like, I know you're passionate. Come on now, every day, 3 hours straight. I know you're passionate. But I'm like, do he really be coming off because he want us to say what he's thinking, or like?
That's a good ass good. Do Kev know this shit and didn't want us to just verify in his mind?
Because all the guys who called in, they all was just trying to, give a little 2 cents. It's like, no, nigga, you're not close enough. I'm like, whoa.
Yes,
So
you're
I
not.
was nervous to call in, but
See, you got one thing. You're a good observer. You say, yeah, if you come in like that, you are nowhere near to answer this, Kev. Yes, I know a lot. Some things are just so like confirming. other things is new that's also confirming that adds so a lot of times I do, and a lot of sometimes I don't. I didn't know the black diamond that was sent, but I knew it had something to do with those mines. And being that black diamond and coal, she sends me that coal is black diamond. And then I look at like holding coal, and I can look at it. We all held this, and like, wait a minute, I can see black diamond. But what does that have to do with the coal mines and this one? See, it just all adds up perfectly. So do I know? Yes, vision wise. Do I have every increment of what? No. Some guys are so far behind. No, I can see they ain't been studying at all, because people like yourself call in with a correct form of study. I mean, we can't be wrong or right, but we ain't finna be so far off when we've been here so long.
And yeah, and
You know?
and that's how I know what you're doing is very spiritual, because like I said, I've been watching you since 2019, literally every single day.
Oh my
Now,
goodness.
if I miss a show, I'll be behind like 3 shows. It may be a month, because I'm like, it's so much information. It's like you miss one show. It's like you have to really sit down and listen to every single word you say. So the fact that I'm able to still tune in periodically and still connect with exactly what you're saying. And what I find interesting also is since 2019, everything you said has been represented in like main media, or just like the submarine thing. Remember, you've been talking about water way before, and then the submarine thing happened, or like when the Black Lives thing was going on with Candace Owens. It was just like every single thing that happened to the weed, like the Nipsey situation. It's like everything that's happening.
Remember, don't forget SoftBank got called and they went under talking about we and who was funding how Asians bought up the black community, and then they went tank right after. So yeah.
Yes, it's like every single thing, and it's like I try to tell guys all the time, like, you should listen to Kev Rowe. Like, I'm telling you, and it's like
to the guys, they're like, hell no, we can't listen to Kev, nah, because it's like that with the fellas, So I appreciate the words and how long you've been rocking with me, and that flatters me that you got to watch every show and like listen to what I'm saying. Because I will give the most.
I sit in the back of the class, though, because, once you get started, you don't stop. So I sit in the back, but I'm listening.
I so appreciate you, Queen. Anything else?
That's all.
Thank you so much. Blessings to you and yours. Gotta love that. Yes, ma'am. And she from Virginia. They're Virginians and stuff that call in the show. I told you, fellas, you want to make ladies smile like that? She was cheesing from here to here. You got to be smart. You got to have leadership skills. You can't be afraid to communicate. They can handle the rest. They're black women. They're the strongest women on earth. Nigga, but you got to make an attempt, sir. You got to try. It's fun. It's really fun. I told you, I used to be so afraid of black women, and now I'm not. And y'all think I'm fooling. But when you spend your whole life in an interracial relationship, amen,
Not like this. Not like this.
Yeah. Make sure y'all tune into Kev Rowe, nigga. I'm trying to tell you, family, it hit different. Press 1. So look, who is known as Black Diamond? Press 1. Coal is also known as Black Diamond because it is as valuable as what?
Not like this.
Say it again. Not like this. Now listen to me. Now listen, maybe I should go to the store and buy charcoal because coal is as valuable as diamonds. Coal is the basic raw material for power plants, thermal power plants. Needs coal for combustion, and the energy release is further used for generating electric power battery head. Remember I told you was the battery? Do we need to say how? Coal from Martin? Now you want to know why Carnegie had all the coal? Press 1. But you know that saying, pressure butts pipes or create diamonds. No. Or create coal. See, you too worried about jewelry and diamonds. You're not worried about coal. Press 1. Coal. That's what's important. Coal. You know, coal is why you use electricity. Let me show you something else. Carbonated people. See, y'all gonna be my people, whether you like it or not. Press 1. I know old girl cracking up right now, like, here he go. Hey, listen, Queen, they just called in. They gonna be my people, whether they like it or not. I'm gonna tell them so much truth, they ain't gonna be able to deny my words one time. The sister said everything Kev said. I've been watching Kev for 3-4 years. Nipsey been gone. She was watching before that. She was watching afterwards. She watching right now. Press 1. I don't lose, family. People don't stop watching me. I had to find out that I affected the world the way that I do. I had to have confidence in myself like that. I had to see it. I don't care. I mean, I cared about what people saw. See, but I didn't really see what you saw, what people see, what people saw. I had to, because of how I was raised. I was brought up not to be able to see. Not to, what the fuck is this? This is scary. You know? But I can see what you see. That's why I come on the computer turned up right now, because I finally see it. It's different when you finally see. A person can say anything. You ain't seen it? Well, I see it, but when you see it, you'll know. Press 1. That's what the oracle told me. Oh, you gonna know. Oh yeah, you gonna know. When you ready, you won't have to dodge no damn bullets, is what Morpheus said. He was 100% right. Coal is a sedimentary deposit composite predominantly of carbon that is readily combustible. Uh-oh. Sounds like a fire. Holocaust, readily combustible. Coal is black or brownish black and has a combustion that includes an inherent moisture consisting of more than 50% by weight and more than 70% by the volume of carbonaceous material. You don't know what that is. That's what Apocalypse made Magneto realize, that he was a part of the gravel, the ground, and the mist and the dust that was that was made up in the world they lived in X-Men. Y'all come from the Holocaust. Y'all dealing with the burning. This is alchemy of black body. This is alchemy. You want to know what the black square is? What the black rock? Huh? You want to know what the black rock is? It's all built off of coal. Black rock. You don't get it. When you dead, they use you as fertilizer. Press what? You ain't nothing but the dust that God said you was. Press what? Oh, they got something for you. They got something for you. You're this. This is what your people was turned into. Oh, yes, it's true. What did Morpheus say? A battery, bro. A power source. You want to stop nuclear war? Go to Christ. You want to know why they about to get rid of you? You are the power behind it. Not because you crazy and you can dance and no, because you can be used as coal. You serve a God of the dead. Remember Morpheus was like, he was like, you think the world look like this? It's all beautiful and blue and skyscrapers. He said the world really look like this, and he's saying, and it was all smoggy and combustion and shit. That's what happened to you. You think you live in America and stuff where people are nice. No, people got to be taught how to be nice. That's why everybody here. Press 1. That's why everybody here. Old boy talking about a heathen. You right here with the heathen too. You right here. You in no room to talk about nobody. Press 1. All of our towns is destroyed. He talking about, why did the heathen Why did God let why did George let the heathen in? Where was you when God did all this? You wasn't nowhere around. You don't even know how to be a good person. You don't even see the moral of the whole story. God said he was bringing everybody, bro, who was deserving. Not because of the color of your skin, fool. You gonna have it worse, Israel. Because you the people who's supposed to get in. And that number is limited. That's what's crazy. He doing all that talking. He ain't got no forgiveness in his heart. I hear it in his soul. Oh, no, I was just saying why you ain't turning in your homework. You talking to Mr. Gillespie right now. You can't talk to George Gillespie. You can talk, what? Don't matter why. What you asking why for? That ain't your business. You just get back to work. Stop acting, these niggas gotta stop acting like their imagination is greater than the law. What they believe has systematically, oh, okay, Kev, I get what you're saying. So why here you don't get what I'm saying? Because you wouldn't even ask that question. George helped everybody, bro. He wasn't, white people ain't the only one. There's no such thing as white people, but let's talk about it. Ain't the only one who took over and corrupted the minds of the people. You running your mouth in 2023 calling somebody else a heathen, and I'm calling you a heathen, and you can't keep the same energy. You get mad. So you're not even worth a conversation in reality, champ. Let me get back to my study. A lot of you dudes just, y'all like women's in the hood. Like y'all just got to argue and fight and want to be like, why him and why that and why this, and never look at yourself. You didn't know this before I came, bro. Press one. Niggas always acting like they knew this. You didn't know this before I told you. You were in an old position to look at nobody else and say, but why? It's called work, sir. It's called work. You don't work, you don't eat. That's the problem. They got so used to being mouthy. That shit, it says Gillespie, not you. That's what's gonna hurt you niggas. That it says Gillespie. That G in the middle of your Masonic shit, that means Gillespie. Your whole thought process, fool. That means Gillespie, champ. Get it right. You ain't did no homework. All the women did all the homework. That's why I don't want to talk to that nigga. I want to talk about him. The girls beat you niggas up, bro. Men like him are not welcome here. You know who told me about you? I don't care who told you about me. Press one. Tell me about this work. Press one. Coal is formed when dead plant matter submerged in swamp environments is subject to the geological forces of heat and pressures over hundreds. Press one. Tell me about that work. Don't tell me about nothing else. So you're the one being used as coal. You. The problem ain't the people. It's the deadness in your heart. It's the wanting to be more. It's the wanting to loan, wanting to be in debt bondage, and wanting to be a high priest for nothing. That ain't your position, champ. This is the reality, champ. Coal. It empowered the whole industrial revolution. Coffee and Kush TV. I thank those who supported this broadcast. This was information never heard. Never heard. We ain't heard this information. And don't try to act like you have. Shout out to John C., Mrs. Hornick. Shout out to y'all up in here in my Cash App who made today's show possible. I do these shows and it's not monetized. I have no super chat. They demonetize me. And I so appreciate y'all. If it wasn't for y'all, we wouldn't be here. I so appreciate it. Coffee and Kush TV. And as always, I'll holler.